Hello everybody, I'm just about ready to get started. See, the Twitch title did not update before the Zigglebot announced itself. Unfortunate. We're Sir Burnsalot with an S. So, let's talk about the goals for today's stream. Join mercenary crew of at least one person, maybe go as far as pledging loyalty. And burning a lot of villages. I will consider it a failure if we do not burn at least 2 villages before the session is over. Ideally, we're gonna burn 4. But we'll see how it goes. So from the standpoint of Mountain Blade, I think we got a good sampling of what to do. We were kind of holding off on becoming a mercenary, so that's gonna be the goal of our first, probably about a half hour to hour, depending on how picky the NPCs are. And hopefully they'll be at war with somebody where we are going to burn every village to get a ridiculous cash advantage in the game. And then, yeah, we're probably going to make friends through murder. Because, you know, that's the best way to make friendships. It's not to ask them what tasks they want to do. Clearly just to capture them repeatedly. That's what friendship is. So let's go ahead and get started. I'd also like to apologize for one additional thing. That was a big oops on my part. I got so excited to show off the game that there's one thing I forgot to do when we were going through some of the dialogue scenes. Let's jump into the game itself. That was the ability to toggle on and off the chat. There's a couple points where I was talking about things on the screen, and I got so excited into the game, I forgot to see what the chat could see. I'll try to be more mindful of that going forward. So fortunately, I'll hide it briefly for people that want to see. We have a list of all of our characters in the upper right, including our company size, so we can have up to 45 units. We got a pretty sizable army. I don't really recommend for people to fight us, but you know, they're foolish, so they'll try. Chat back. And so, essentially, there'll be little plus icons whenever we can upgrade people. And I believe we were left off just before level up. Indeed, we did. So I would like... Now that we have troops, I would like surgery and first aid to keep our companions alive longer and to allow people to revive. I think what I also want to do is... I guess two-handed weapons for now. Anybody else that needs to level, Nazar leveled. The Nazar is kind of an interesting character. He's got athletics at an okay rate, riding is okay. Got decent power strike. He's not really well suited for too much else, so when in doubt, we're gonna crossbow him out. And, potentially bring up his agility just so that he's able to get a better riding score. I think that's actually more important to me. Plus, he'll get extra crossbow. We'll see where it goes from here. Almost ready to upgrade to the max rank, I'm noticing. That's not bad. So anyway, I believe we were going to decide that somebody here... let me hide this just for a second. So we have 2 things where we need to try to provoke a war between Swadia and someone else. And I'm probably going to do that. And then we have 1 thing where we have to deliver a message to Count Clargus. Be it Suno. So ironically, we have to give a message to the people we're about to potentially invade. The Suno is way up here, so we're nowhere near it. I should have been paying attention to where we were on the map, as I forgot that Sea Raiders probably don't like us. Ooh, this could be a bloody battle. This is not an easy encounter. We fought them a little bit last time, but their numbers weren't quite as close to ours as they are at the moment. So what we want to do is probably take a defensive formation. I'm going to tell everybody to kind of hold their horses. And ideally here, we're going to get some pot shots on the enemy as they come over the hill. Let's take a little bit of a look to see where the enemy is. Ah, never mind. I don't have to look very far. So hopefully here we can pick off a couple people before we get close. Trying to use the range to our advantage. Go ahead and have them charge now. I feel like I got decent line of sight to them. Our crossbowmen will stay mostly far back. Now we just need to assist in damage a little bit. Or just get slaughtered. That also works. That's fine. Let's build up some speed. I do have a regular lance, I believe. I bunked. Wrong person. That was unfortunate. Right, there we go. So we're gonna lose quite a few troops here, which is a bit unfortunate because I wanted to do some raiding. It appears we were raided on. On the plus side, if we do manage to win this battle, we'll get some pretty good armor. Potentially. And if nothing else, I am an excellent distraction on the battlefield, even if I'm missing most of my melee. I will gladly do this. So the more time they spend trying to aim at us and not at our disposable companions, the better. And we managed to get a kill. We needed to basically go 1-to-1 and we would be fine. Let's see if we can help our companion out here a little bit. Nope. That looks like a pretty solid victory, though. But we did lose a few people, I saw. Who did we lose? We lost our crossbowmen, a lot of spearmen. We could potentially get farmers. I think I will, and a peasant woman. Why not? Sea raiders are worth more than most of these, so we're just going to try to capture as many as possible. In fact, I'm going to release one just to get another sea raider. But here we already got a plus 40 helmet, which is insane. Pretty much not going to touch it for most of the game. The 24 armor is okay. And we have a lot of money. Potentially could get a interesting weapon upgrade, but it looks like we got a little unlucky, as we could get some useful things for us, because we're pretty early in the game. So we're using, for example, a 210 scimitar, so we're getting sell prices much higher than that, as an example. Whatever. I think we are good to go. That was a very rude experience. I don't see anybody in there I really want to talk to. Let's visit the tavern, see if there's anybody else that we can recruit. Horsemen, nope. Go to the marketplace, do some sales. Again, some of these things will be useful to keep around for a while. Like, I probably want to keep a couple of these high-end helmets. But almost everything else can go. Bent longbow, yeah, it's rank 3. It's not going to be worth it. Even if I could, in theory, use it, it's not worth it. Falchion we can hold on to for now. Let's get rid of the club. I don't think we need to go clubbing right now. I have a lot of arrows. Let's get rid of one of the arrows. I honestly don't feel like bows are super useful in this game. Maybe it's a hot take. I just feel like crossbows are so much more easy to aim, and I feel like the reward for the amount of effort you put into it is just so great in scale. Maybe like rank 10 bows are amazing, but like I didn't really feel a payoff. My own personal files playing anything like even Power Draw 4 was pretty disappointing. Just don't feel like it really ever matched up to like a 40 damage crossbow, the 20 bow with plus 3 damage. Okay, let's trade in for some money. We got an okay amount of food, which is good. I'm going to probably get a thing of cheese. But I would love to not get into battle here, so if we could avoid it, I would really appreciate not having to fight like 20 Sea Raiders. Well, Sea Raiders is fine. 20-something plus is a problem, because that's probably going to result in casualties. We're not quite at the point where I want to start raiding constantly the Sea Raiders. But we got sort of what we needed. Let's take a look at our own troops. Yeah, see, he's got like a 25 helmet. Boom, 13 more defense. Legs plus 14, that's pretty standard. Power up our doctor a little bit, so again, lots of solid defense. Plus 1 across the board. So I probably could have kept a couple more helmets, but it's fine. They're not end-all be-all. See, she now takes like 2 less damage across the board. Again, they're just getting stronger and stronger, tankier and tankier, and that's all we really need them to be, is just tanky. Actually, couldn't tell which was which. Are they both 24? No. Okay. Torch is there. Check out our Marnid character. Ooh, his gear. He doesn't even have a helmet. Let's fix that. Oh no, he's got the hood. That's right. 21 and 7. Prefer him to get a little more body armor versus leg armor. We'll fix that in the future. Got a spare skill. Oh yeah, that's right. We're waiting for stats to go up. Don't need anything here. I could give him a bow in theory. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. We'll also give him a shield. To keep a shield. It's better just to give them shields, even if they don't really use much of it. I think everybody else is good to go. We're gonna go back north, finish off this quest, and see if we could provoke a war. And in doing so, we're gonna hopefully join the green team, and then we're gonna go village burning. So let's go up to Suno, which was up here, and hopefully we do not fight a super army. Funny enough, I think the tracking is more useful for me to figure out where I am than where the enemy is. One of those skills, I don't know if I've ever really found it like, oh wow, this helped me do this and solve this quest. No. Most of the time it's like, oh, if it goes nighttime, sometimes I can follow their tracks. And very rarely will that lead to me catching them. For me, it's just so I can find them when I zoom out like this, because it can be kind of hard to remember where they are sometimes. Take a look at our relationships. The Nords don't like us. Got solid friendship with the Counts. That'll soon change, I'm sure. So again, our recovery speed is super good. We're already at full health. I'm a little scared to cross this bridge. They might be aggressive to us. They're aggressive to us. Oh no, did they catch us? Rolf, now is not the time. I'm like I was trying to dodge the enemy army and he was just having a conversation with me and I'm like, I kind of don't want to talk with you right now. Like, bad time? Hopefully we didn't mess up a relationship there, but seriously, that was such bad timing. That could have been very bad. Fortunately, we managed to get out of there. They gave up on the pursuit. I honestly think they could have taken us if they wanted to. I don't think our army would have survived. If we're just being very blunt. So hopefully Clarkus is at Suno, and this might be one of the last times we're allowed to enter their capital city without getting into a fight. And we're gonna go find the green team, see what they want. They should still be at war, hopefully. Yeah, I want to burn most of these villages. I honestly don't really care about the army type from the orange team, or honestly most of the purple team, or honestly the yellow team, most of the white team. I like the blue teams like frontliners a little bit. But man, it's all about the green team. So Burnsalot sounds like a dude's a really bad cook, pretty much. Hopefully you're doing well, Radish. Get rid of these. Traveler, don't care about him. Ransom Broker is exactly who I want to talk to. We'll tell him all we need to know and to sell our prisoners, because why not? That's a lot of money. Let's get a casual 1,000 or so. Alright, so there's no one else of interest here. I could talk to these other people. Don't want to do so at the moment. Let's see if the person we're looking for is here. Doing well, that's good to hear. I'm okay-ish. Ooh. I don't see the person we're looking for. Yeah, where is Clarkus? He owns this place. Did something happen? It's a very, very brutal few weeks at work. Be near Rulon. Also, I want to make sure that's the right Klargus. No other Klargus, right? I should be aware of. I think that's it. Klargus is... so he's near us. He's just not at his capital. So yeah, hopefully with higher ranks in spot, I can see the enemy armies a little easier. And obviously, it's nighttime now, so it's hard to see anything in general. There's a person I could talk to. Where is Klargus? I'm just gonna ask everybody until they tell me where he is. Near Rivulet. Where is Rivulet? Oh yeah, so he went southeast-ish. Let's see if we can find him. We must have walked right by him. Oh, there he is. I was gonna say, we must have walked right by him. This is sexy mustache. Certainly something. Come on, let's reach Klargus. Get your stupid letter, and then we'll never talk to you again. Vassal Kingdom of Swadia. I'll hide the dialogue, or our chat box briefly. We may someday make a name of ourselves. That's all I wanted to show. We'll bring a message. We'll friendship up on them slightly. And then we're probably going to make him mad because we're going to burn his villages very soon. So all we need to do now is find somebody that is looking for a capable warrior. That one is ugly. The judgment is real. So we're looking for two things. We're looking for caravans. Caravans are the most fun thing in the world to attack. They want it with the Vagars, right? Okay. So we're looking for a white alignment caravan. So far we haven't found any. Raishin's normally kind of evil. Do you need us to do anything, Raishin? You want me to deliver a letter? I'm gonna tell him no. Disappointing. He's playing rather tame in this playthrough. Normally he's my evil man go-to that tells me to burn things. I usually comply because I like to burn things. Alright, so that's a yellow caravan. Not quite what I'm looking for. We have dialogue from Nizar. Let me hide the chat again. You say, Castle Orgellian, such a lovely spot at the foot of the Rodok Highlands. Such happy days I spent here the summer before last. Sure, we'll have Nizar tell his backstory. I'd come up here with a small Swedian force, but they were caught by the Rodoks in the woods, and the horsemen cut down amid the trees. I fled and found shelter up in the high valleys in the arms of the homeliest coward you had ever saw. Oh, heard. I don't think I've ever said that out loud before. She took me to a cave near the high pastures and would bring me cheese and berries, tell me the tales from the hills, of playful goatmen who guide lost animals back to their flocks, or of ghostly huntsmen who ride the winds chasing storm clouds. Such rustics they are. Eventually I had to leave, and sometimes I wonder if there's a little herdsboy swaddled up on her back. She takes the cows up to her pasture each morning. Be tempted to try to find her, but no. No one should ever look back. Do I have an army? We have a decent-sized army. We have 30 people with us at the moment. We are training up farmers to fight for us at the moment. But we could do better. Ooh. 2 Sword Sisters. Yes, please. Love the Sword Sister characters. Okay, we need to just find somebody else. So I basically just want to get into immerse... Oh, can we not catch them? They're faster than us, damn. Okay, so we basically need to get invited into a larger kingdom temporarily. Eventually, we'll probably make our own kingdom, but we gotta make a name for ourselves first. We have to be willing to do some pretty terrible things to get ahead. At least that's how I view it. We could get super crossbowmen, good. Oh, so their castle's actually under siege at the moment. Who is sieging them, out of curiosity? We get a little closer and it not be nighttime, aka my least favorite time of day in the game. Alright, so we're gonna pause. So all of Orange Army is raiding poor Voluka. So not gonna lie, all I know about this game is from the mobile version, so sorry if I asked her say or sass, which doesn't make too much sense. It's okay, Radish, you can say whatever you want. If you have questions about what we're doing, by all means, ask away. I mean, at this point, Swadia's kind of winning the war. Let's see if they want me to do anything. No, we don't want to be errand boys. Do you have anything you want us to do? Man, everybody just wants us to send a letter. Like, come on, you're at war with somebody. You don't want us in the service? They don't want anything. Well, Valuka's about to fall. That's gonna be fun. I don't know where their ally army is. Bunduk is not happy with Rolf, who calls himself a baron. Let me hide the dialogue briefly. So he's just saying, basically, there's going to be people that don't really like each other because they're just opposites of one another. So putting a noble in with people that are very much anti-noble are not really good. I'm going to say I'm on the side of Bunduk. I don't think we're going to root for the nobles. Zwan, you like the long-haired man? Oh, actually, hold on. Excitement. So we can't find somebody to join into this army. However, we need to provoke a war with another kingdom. This would be an excellent opportunity. So we're going to tell them that they're trespassing. We're going to say, you're trespassing in the territory of the Kingdom of Rhodox. I'm confiscating this caravan and all of its goods. Now, this might be a really difficult battle. That's why I did a save, because our numbers are kind of low. We'll see how it goes. What nonsense is this? We're at peace with the kingdoms of Rhodox and are free to cross its lands. Well, we'll tell them we'll see about that. So now the Vaegrs don't like us. We technically have a numeric advantage. However, we need to be smart about it. Let's tell all of our people to halt. I could probably have them halt over here. Not quite sure where they're going to come down from. Just want to make sure if they're coming across the hill. Okay, perfect. They're coming across the hill. That hill versus that hill. They should be able to get some pot shots on them. That's what I was looking for. Okay. We're just in the back lines stabbing people. You know, it's fine. So again, we have pretty powerful troops. So if we go just 1 for 1, we should just win. I mean, just due to numeric advantage, but I have a feeling we'll do a little better than that. As long as I cut down a few people, I think our team will do okay. Then their poor foot soldiers are coming in. Shoot him in the butt. Let's go. Not gonna lie, the game looks sick. AF. Well, glad you're liking it. Oh yeah, we're just giving them little friendly love taps. Like look, you're leaving your back exposed. We're just trying to teach them a valuable lesson. You know, a valuable lesson of always watch your rear. You never know when somebody could come in with a scimitar and mow you down on a horse. No, it's a valuable life lesson to learn. Alright, let's build some speed on the lance, maybe. We have a little bit of a momentum system. You might notice there's a lot of white text in the bottom left. Essentially, the faster we move, if the enemy is also moving towards us, in addition, the total speed is calculated and adds a damage multiplier. So riding fast with the horse into enemies does massive damage, but trying to do retreating shots does very little. Don't drop the soap. They didn't learn their lesson. So to give you an idea of how one-sided certain battles can be, we had 30, they had 29. We had 1 person wounded, which is a reminder. It just means that they're unconscious and they'll be nursed back to health because we're a doctor. Or killed, which is the other status. And we killed 26, wounded 3. So yeah, we won that pretty hard. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how well we did, it was basically like a 9.9. Like if the other person had not been wounded, it would have been a 10. So anyway, we're going to take all their supplies, which I'm sure will make our allies very happy with us. More cheese, more helmets. So we have a variety of food, which makes our people happy. We haven't burned a village yet, but we did raid a caravan, so that's also one thing on the back. What's my favorite unit, by the way, BTW? It is the crossbowmen. The Rhodoc crossbowmen, I feel like, are the best characters in the game. I feel like I have yet to be proven wrong in my own personal games. They beat every single unit, hands down. They're great at sieges. They're great at counteroffensive. The only thing they struggle a little bit are with the units that have long shields to counter them, but then you just bring in anything else and they basically become the most powerful duo. So I just pair them with a few horsemen of any kingdom. I don't think it really matters, and it's GG. Really nothing they could do. I love all the farmers. There's so many farmers trying to go back to Veluca, but they just can't. Alright, let's get probably more people on our side. So ideally here, we need to befriend the green villages, and we need to trash everything that is not a green village. The reason we need to do that is because you can see there's a little number here. So if the populace is indifferent to us, they're not usually going to help us out a whole lot. If we ask for recruits, we have a big chance of failure. We're not going to get many people. Or if we're at war with the kingdom, they're not going to help us. So we're going to try to do some town quests to fix that. Like the crossbowmen, don't like how slow they are. Exactly. So I usually have to halt our army like midway through the battlefield to make sure our horsemen are not that far ahead. And then I just camp on a hill and they destroy everything. Oh my gosh, I hate this so much. Alright, so there's one quest. There's one quest I do not ever want to see this early, and that is the cattle quest. We complained about it on the last session. That is the worst quest in the game. You cannot convince me otherwise. It is garbage. I absolutely hate it. When we're at war, I will be okay with this quest. Before we're at war, there is no point to this quest. So in order to satisfy that quest, it's going to cost us potentially 800, 900 money when we have about 4k total. Or if we're at war, we pay like 0. The intent is that you have to navigate cattle on the overworld, kind of like you would see the farmers, and you have to click behind them so they move away from you. And you have to do that while potentially evading tons of bandits and or enemy armies. And the reward is basically nothing, and it's terrible. It's a big waste of time. It's only useful to take when you're already at war, because you could steal cattle rather than pay for cattle. And that ends up being a massive time save and money save. Instead of the quest being like a massive money hole early on, which is exactly what you do not want, you will be able to... Everything's looted. Man, their villages suck. We'll be able to take advantage of that, I think, in war times. So that way, at least we can maybe make money off the quest while we just give up on another village. But it's just, overall, there's a lot of downsides to the quest, and the reward is not worth it either. Like, for the same kind of quest, I could get a very easy one of just deliver 5 things of grain, and it gives just as much relationship, and is potentially 3 to 4 times cheaper. It's just a bad quest. I think the intent is that you're supposed to steal cattle to clear it, because I don't see how else you could reasonably do it. Oh, we have a guy with an absolutely ridiculous haircut. He looks like a companion. Let's talk to our new companion. Let's hide the dialogue. Greetings, traveler. Would you join me for a drink? Our choices are, I have no time for that. Pff, yeah, right. Or certainly, with whom do I have the pleasure of drinking? I am Beheshtar, son of Azabi, grandson of Badson. Were you not a barbarian, you would likely know from my lineage that I am Rowan Horse Kurgit of the Highlands, the tribe of Shamir, of the clan of Dulam, of the family of Ubian, from the Pantash Valley, and you might be able to guess why I'm so far from home. It's a lot of titles, chat. Oh boy, that's a lot of text. For as long as anyone can remember, our people have feuded with the tribe of Humyen, many of whom have settled in the next valley over. Many men have died in this feud on both sides, including 2 of my brothers. The Khan himself has ordered us to cease, to save men for the wars, and I'll just call it Cal. But I know my rights, and my brother's blood cries out for vengeance. I waylaid and killed a Humyen on a trek over the mountains, and I rode out of our village the same night, without even having a chance to bid farewell to my father. I will bide my time in this country for a year or 2, then return home when the Khan's men have forgotten. The Humyen will not forget, of course, but such is the price of honor. In the meantime, any opportunities to earn a living with my sword would be most welcome. This guy feels like Nizam from Skyrim. I was going to say, I'm going to be honest with you, I have not played Skyrim very much, so I don't know any of the characters. How hard is it to get like 900 in the game? So to give you an idea, we did a raid earlier, and selling every possible item we got from a raid of a very high difficulty, we only made 500. Give you an idea. Of like well above average challenge, we didn't even get half of the money needed for the cattle quest. There are other ways to make money, but we're very early in the game, so it doesn't make sense. When money is like flowing like a river, that's when the cattle quest is like whatever. It's still a waste of time for the most part, but at least we'll do it then. I like that one of our ones is Sai. So long as you hill clans fight tribe against tribe, you will remain a silly and weak people. I see we could just make all sorts of friends with this bottom dialogue option. So we're going to say we might be able to offer him something. He says that's the most generous offer. He says, I shall not betray you. So long, of course, as you do your duty to me by feeding me, paying me, and not dragging my miserable hide into a battle where there's no chance of winning. Okay, generally I will not take battles I cannot win, or I'll try not to. Hand me some salt, if you will. It is the custom of our people to take salt from our captains as a token of their concern for our well-being. So we can say, on second thought, I prefer to keep more civilized company, sick burn. We can tell him, certainly here, have some salt. Says, thank you. Now, to seal off our agreement, I asked for 400 dinars. It is advice my father gave me. He told me, Beshastar, never fight for a barbarian before he pays you your worth of gold first. Okay, so we're telling him, well, there's 400 then, your first payment. So I would rather pay 400 for a companion. For people not aware, they're basically an army unit that can never die. They could be wounded. They could be taken out of battle. But they are basically zombies for all intents and purposes. So having more characters that just come back to life would be very useful in our army. And they don't cost as much as normal troops. So we can see Beshastar. We can move him up a little bit. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 companions that potentially can get revived due to our doctor skills. So those are 8 soldiers that basically will never die permanently. Nizam goes, oh, do you go to the rich people like part of the city? They never see. Oh, I see what you mean there a little bit. So our army upkeep is about 400 a week, but I think this will be worth it. So what we're going to do, we're going to leave the tavern so we can talk to him and figure out what he has. So he came in with the saber, which is a solid weapon, but we could just give him an immediate upgrade of the falchion. Does he have any bow skills? He has a bow skill. So automatically we can give him something to become more useful. Let's take a look at his other skills in the middle. Let me hide the chat one more time before I refer back to chat. So unfortunately, the chat could not see this previously, but here's just a quick preview of some of the skills. We can hover, and you can see in the upper right descriptions of each of the skills. I'll try to go over them when they're relevant. Back to the chat. Give people different weapons and horses, or they have to have it themselves? No, exactly. So the powerful part of it is that we can give them whatever we need. So we're checking out his riding skill. So he has a riding skill of 2. Basically, horses are categorized by riding rank. So if they are a really powerful and strong / fast horse, they'll require more ranks of riding in order to use it. If they have to be solid in the bow, for example, they would probably want some point in power draw, and it looks like this character has it. So overall, this character can probably do something like a one-handed weapon, shield, bow, and arrow would probably be a good combo. That way it could take advantage of all of his stats. And yeah, it looks like another character that's just kind of meant for melee. Do I have a spare shield? He doesn't have a helmet. Let's give him the helmet we got earlier. Okay, since we don't have a shield, we can just give him more arrows. So ammo, unfortunately, takes up a slot on its own. I kind of wish ammo was its own slot, to be honest with you. And then if you wanted more, you could do more, but it is what it is. We don't have any gloves to give him. Now, my curiosity, we only have 1 person on horse so far. Is it possible we have somebody with a strong riding skill? Bundik's really good at crossbow at the moment. Jeremis is also okay with crossbow. It's possible. Oh, he's got horse archery 3. He's actually fairly accurate when he's on the horse. Okay. Let's give him a horse then. Is there smithing in this game? Unfortunately, no. I think there is in one of the expansions, but that's not the one that we're playing currently. I do feel like that should have been in the base game, though, 100%. That's one of my gripes. I find it weird you could take, like, a blacksmith background, but you can't smith in this version of the game. Very odd. Anyway, we need to get... Oh, there's the super shield. Oh, I did have a shield. Okay, then he doesn't need this many arrows. We could just give him a good shield. That'll keep him safe. I'm just gonna move up my food so I could see generally how much I'm feeding my troops. But yeah, we have a ton of food. Don't think I need anything else here. Let's try to sell off our trade goods while we can. They slow us down due to their heavy weight. So being able to just pass this off to anybody would be good. Ooh, we could potentially get upgraded arrows. So that's free damage. Well, free-ish. Bolts. I think I'll get the +2 damage bolts. We get any fun crossbow upgrades? Right now I have a 41 damage crossbow, which is pretty good, but or immediately we'll get a crossbow upgrade. Never mind. Rescind my comment. We found a better one already. So it does a base damage of 43. Now it does 44, and then we could deal an extra damage point. So we're looking pretty good. I could basically kill anything that is not a super heavily armored unit very easily. We could take a look at our friends. So he can't use this while on horseback. That's what I had a feeling he had. So he's got a very powerful sniper. How about you? You have a really powerful sniper. Honestly, we have really good crossbowmen on our team. How about you, Clethy? What do you have? You have throwing knives and heavy javelins. Okay. Fair. Hello, Borsha. What do you have? You also have a really powerful crossbow. Wow, do I have crossbows on everybody except for Nizar? I mean, this is good. We're going to upgrade his damage from 39 to 41. Not a big jump, but we will gladly take it. And let's finish selling items, and then we really need to find somebody. We need to go to war as quickly as possible. That's going to be our goal. But whether the game lets us do it or not is an entirely different story. Let's get rid of these, because these will never be useful. Frees up space in case we get more goods. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I didn't look to see if we could get any fun little upgrades. Is there anything super cheap? Like pay 400 or pay 500 and get 1,000,000 armor? No. I mean, there's some good armor here. I just can't afford it, so we'll come back at some point. Okay. So we're on the quest to find people. Rachin, do you want us to join your army? I would love to go to war. Please tell me you want to go to war. Okay, so because we started a war with another kingdom, we got paid 500 cash. We gained 2,000 experience, and our relationship with him went from 10 to 20. So we're now friends with him. Totally hydrate redeems. It sounds like you need a drink. Oh, do you think I should take a drink? I mean, I'll take a drink. Not gonna lie, it's very entertaining listening to me. Well, thank you. I'm gonna hide the chat box one more time. I need to figure out if I want to put it in a different corner of the screen. Maybe I'll flip it side to side. I haven't decided, but for now I'm gonna hide it. It says, brilliant work, Sir Burnsalot. Whatever you did, the nobles of the Kingdom of Vagars are clamoring for war. Soon the time will come for us to reap the benefits of our hard work from fields ripe for plunder. This war is gonna make us rich. Mark my words. You know, we're Team Evil. So we did start another war. And fortunately, you might have noticed that leveled up basically everybody. Or at least all the important people. So let's go ahead and just improve our surgery skills. Pump up crossbow. Glad you like him as the villain. Got Borcha up here with, oh, he's got our pathfinding. Okay, let's make him better at spotting and moving. So pathfinding, we get 3% per skill. Spotting, 10% extra sight range per skill mark. Pretty useful stuff. He's got a polearm, I think. Raises polearm skill. Marnid has engineering. He has tactics. Not bad. Hello, Count Visham. You mean villains are bad boys? Yeah. Oh, we're totally not going to do terrible things really soon. We're just building up to it a little bit. It's just the suspense. Oh, we could get elite spearmen. So this is good. So we're getting our money's worth of people. So again, all we need at this point is somebody just to invite us. This is exactly what I was looking for. Thank you, Count Fratian, who likes us. And he's totally not evil, Chad. He's just misunderstood. So let's see what he has to say. As it happens, Sir Burnsalot, I promised King Graveth that I would hire a company of mercenaries for an upcoming campaign. Our choices are, I'm not interested, I'll join the kingdom, I'm interested, please tell me more. No, we'll tell him we'll join, unconditionally. Perfect. Of course you shall have to make a formal declaration of allegiance, and give your oath that you and your company will remain in service to the Kingdom of Rhodox, for a period of time no less than 1 month. And say on second thought, forget it, or as you wish, your enemies are my enemies. We're gonna say your enemies are our enemies. So we now have corrected the relationships with the people we started war with, ironically, and the other people that were trying to recruit us, aka Swadia, the people we passed burning Voluka earlier, now hate us. So yay, we could go burn villages. Sir Burnsalot Mother knew. Like, what is he gonna be up to? He's gonna say, that will do. You've made a wide choice, my friend. Rhodoc does well by its loyal fighters, and you will receive many rewards for your service. Now I suggest you prepare for a serious campaign. Train and equip your soldiers as best you can in the meantime, and respond quickly when you're summoned for duty. Yeah, I'm thinking what I'll do, I'm gonna move the chat box in the future, not in this session. I'm kind of feeling my way through the widescreen layout, so apologies for the roughness of it. Anyway, do you have any tasks for us? Oh, he wants to start another war. Chat, this is like my favorite character. He's not satisfied enough we had one kingdom declare war with one another, but nope, he wants more, chat. The world needs to burn, apparently. Let's see what he wants this time. Let's read it out loud. This peace with the Kurgan Khanate ill suits me, Sir Burnsalot. We've let those swine have their way for far too long. Now they get stronger with each passing, and their arrogance knows no bounds. I say we must wage war on them before it's too late. Unfortunately, some of the bleeding hearts among our realm's lords are blocking a possible declaration of war. Witless cowards with no stomach for blood. We're gonna say, yes sir, you're right, but what can we do? 'Tis good to hear someone who understands. As a matter of fact, there is something we can do, Sir Burnsalot. A little bit of provocation. If one of our war parties managed to enter their territory and pillage one of their caravans, or raided one of their village, and perhaps left behind a little token or two of the Kingdom of Rhodox, they would have ample cause to declare war on us, and then, well, even the cowards among us must rise to defend themselves. So what do you say? Are you interested? Anti-Sweden, something like that. We're gonna say count me in. So we are now being paid to go provoke more war. So, oh, sorry, let's also read his last line of dialogue. Very good. A raid on a caravan, or if you can't manage that, an attack on one of their villages should do the trick. Now, good luck and good hunting. Go set the borders aflame. Oh, we shall burn them all, chat. So there we go. We've been hired to burn things as our first job, because, you know, it's a Disney villain. Oh, so he's already saying that he needs us. Oh, this is awkward. So, chat, we're being encouraged to go to war. So essentially, once you take alignment with someone, whether it's through agreeing to be a mercenary or you report to their king directly as one of their vassals, their marshal, who's Count Trimidal, apparently, will request our assistance. So we need a minimum number of troops, which is funny enough because we have 8 companions, so we would satisfy this criteria. And then he will direct us to do random things on the world map. So one thing that's kind of annoying is we have to kind of figure out where he is currently. Let's figure out where he is. So you'll see the difference if you're looking for the marshal. It fortunately says our marshal, Count Trimidal. He's at Maras Castle. We can also check our quest log to see where he is. His last at Maras Castle, you have 4 days to find him. Prepare to defend Voluka, aka the city we saw burning earlier. We should gather our forces. Let's see where Maras Castle is. It's apparently next to Reverin in the Rhodox Kingdom. So they're in their own little place. Where is Maras? We should be able to see it on the overworld. Should be somewhere. I'm assuming it's up here somewhere. Ah, he's all the way up here. So he's pretty far out of the way compared to us. So what we're going to do, we're going to start making our way towards him. Now, fortunately, if other people are being hailed by that particular person, we will see that they are saying that they are going towards the marshal. So if we pay attention, we can actually figure out where the marshal is in real time by either monitoring the troops around us or by going castle to castle to see if his position has moved. So he's probably going to make us go to war with that 200-something sized army, which is normally a little scary. But on the plus side, if we do manage to win it, that means that their territories, it's open for burn in chat. If we can clear out even half of their troops, those are troops that are not going to stop us from burning the rest of their kingdom. Let's think about that, chat. So I don't know where Maras Castle is going to go. So let's see if they've moved at all. Let's talk to Count Rimusk, who's in here. And we're just going to get the latest order, because they all magically know where they are at any given time, for the most part. We're going to introduce ourselves. He said he's the lord of the castle. Nothing too crazy. Where is the marshal? He's still at Maras Castle. Okay. So he's not going to leave Maras Castle, so let's go ahead and proceed to Maras Castle. Sometimes you'll see, like, he'll be near, like, Kulmar Castle, or he's heading to Voluka with blah, blah, blah. I'm a villain for real. Oh, yeah, we're gonna burn everything. Like, see those farmers running? They know. In fact, we're at the point I could probably get a little cheeky burning in. Right? They won't miss a little... They won't miss the goods in this village, right, chat? It's just a little burning, you know? It's like forest fires, you know, they have to happen every once in a while for, like, the health of the forest. Just like we have to burn one of the villages for the health of the villages, right? Isn't that how that works? Let's see, chat. Hello, Numesia. Well, we know the enemy army is somewhere way up here, so it sure would be an absolute shame if I looted and burned this village. Oh, we might be in trouble here. Oh, he ignored us. Oh, he's on our team. Never mind, we're good. I got scared for a minute because that was in the, Oh, we're about to get interrupted. Okay, Count Reese is here. How many people is it? That's a lot of people. Oh, they're gonna interrupt our village burning. So they left some people behind, apparently. What am I gonna do? This is gonna be a very rough battle, if it's even possible. Otherwise, we could sacrifice some farmers to live. On the plus side, we do have really good troops. So it's not as horrendous as you think it is. Plus, they have a lot of peasants, so that number is inflated. I would say they probably have about 90 good troops, which is still not great for us. Don't get me wrong. Oop. So in the meantime, we're just gonna keep sniping. Because why bother entering combat? Tell our army to charge a little bit. So we've already killed several of them. We believe in you. It's definitely against the odds, for sure. And they actually have pretty good soldiers here, which is kind of annoying. A little bit of a shame we got interrupted in our burning. So we're going to tell them how much we appreciate it by killing everybody we see. On the plus side, if our companions happen to go down, as a reminder, we are doctors. So we will bring them back with a pretty large amount of health. So even if we only have 35 people, think of it more like we have 40-something. So we have more than you would be led to believe based off our numbers. Plus, as I said before, they have a lot of peasants. And peasants are not that scary of a unit. Especially against our elite soldiers. So far I'm seeing a lot of blue. I'm not seeing a lot of bad text. So as long as we could just kind of deal with people with polearms and crossbows, might be okay here. So honestly, so far so good. I'm gonna tell our people to actually hold position over here. I'm gonna get an idea of where the enemy is relative to us. But yeah, we're going against the odds for sure. If we're looking purely at numeric values, we're going to be doing terribly. But fortunately, we have strategy and a horse. And a lot of those things will help with what we're about to deal with. Again, they're trying to get close to us. It's not really working. Their peasants are dying en masse. As they should. If we do get very injured, we can fall back on the crossbow for some damage. But I think we gotta get in some melee. We could just whack a couple people. It'd be good. He's attacking me with the meat cleaver. I don't think I appreciate that. Definitely do not appreciate that, Chong. Their companions are doing okay-ish. As in, they're still alive, surprisingly. Ooh, I ran into a spearman, which is not great. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. We'll respect the damage. We're gonna reload our crossbow. Get some pot shots on them. Or are they chasing me? That's cute. Oh, I headshot. I headshot him like a beast, chat. The 360 no scope. I didn't even zoom in, I just did it. Oh, I missed the shot. Come on, reload, reload, reload. There we go, nice headshot. You know, as you do against peasants, you unload your crossbow in their face to assert dominance. Did some damage to their own crossbowmen. I missed. I'm gonna move slightly to discourage him from hitting me. And I headshot him in return. We're doing okay. I noticed we still have troops, so that's a good sign. Also, I probably shouldn't shoot the rock throwers. No one face tanks in this game. I do not want to face tank in this game. Not yet. We're not quite at that point. On the plus side, they're running out of good units. So we might be forced to do a phase 2. Oh, they actually killed one of our people. That's unfortunate. What that red text is. Yeah, headshot another one of their people. Missed the crossbow. Alright. Hit the other guy in the chest. I think we're doing okay. We won phase 1 at least. We're gonna hit tab. So we lost 23. They lost 100. Chat, I'm willing to say, I think we won that pretty hard. We only lost 5 permanently. They lost 93 permanently. Chat, that's what we like to call embarrassing. What was that, a 5-1 against us? They had 30 to our... We had 30 to their 120 or something. See, that was a massacre. So now it's our 20 versus their 47, but I'm gonna be healed because I'm a doctor. You notice my health is mostly restored. And we are still going to hold position here. I'm gonna take advantage here. Please do not go down there. Our foot soldiers. Take advantage of the hill. Kill those poor peasants. We're gonna fire into the crowd. The more damage we could do here, the less we have to deal with later. Went over their heads. Alright, so let's do a little drive-by action. If I can get them to follow me and not chase our army, this would be huge, actually. If we happen to get a couple kills on the way, that would be neat. But see, these crossbowmen are the problem. We need to hack at them a little bit. So we're gonna get some momentum here. Get a little stabbing in. Oh, he blocked me. What a god. Okay, we're doing okay. We're holding the line for the most part. Damaged him, but didn't kill him. So again, the more we distract and annoy, the better we do. That's less people hitting our snipers. Okay. Killed one of their sharpshooters, that's good. Killed another one of their sharpshooters. He ducked. The ducking animation in this game is so godlike. It dodges every time. Nice little headshot. Slay the wounded, exactly. There will be no survivors. Again, we just want to distract and annoy. We have basically regenerating health. Our troops do not, except for our companions. So if we could get our health total to then kill a bunch of people, that is a win-win for us. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got stopped in my tracks. That's not good. We took some damage. Basically, standing still is death in this game. You don't want to stand still. I'm gonna shoot him in the leg. I couldn't quite hit him in the leg. Again, the more they aim at us and waste their time, the better. Couldn't quite hit him because of the duck. My sphere's very red. I must have dropped in paint. Yeah, you're right. I'm actually a very clumsy painter. That's what I'm doing when you don't see me in the main area. So you can see, I am distracting them. There's people chasing me and not attacking our army. It means our crossbowmen are doing whatever they want. Ooh, missed the stab. I'm trying to determine if this is like an actual spear or if it's like a fake spear. The problem in this game is that you can... Yeah, I don't think it's the right kind of spear. If you use a lance or a jousting lance, you can actually do something where you can couch it, which means to kind of hold it in a certain position while moving quickly, and that will do a lot of damage. It will basically insta-kill any unit, but this doesn't look like the right weapon for it, unfortunately. Anyway, we're down to maybe 9 troops left, but there's only 4 or so of them. So we should win the number game, as long as I don't die. We just killed one of their sharpshooters. This is looking pretty good for us. I'm gonna tell our units to charge in case they're out of ammo. Yeah, I think we managed to pull it off. I think we managed to win the 1v5. Which, again, you're not really intended to be able to do, but such is the power of the crossbowmen. We're looking for stragglers at the moment. Are there any stragglers anywhere? Oh, there's the straggler. They murdered him outright. I think the villagers took David and the Goliath story serious. Don't send our people in armor. Yeah, pretty much. So we did not lose anybody. We got more wounded, but more importantly, we beat the 147. Okay, so here's an interesting dilemma. Nobody asked for a prisoner, so I will not take him. The reason I want to do this is the weirdest way to get honor in the game and also relationship. Look how dumb this is. I'm going to tell him he's free to go. He went from hating us to +2. We went from -3 to 2. Again, it's very weird in this game. The best way to befriend them is to constantly burn their villages and make them attack you and therefore get captured by you. I don't know why that's so effective. So anyway, we're going to make them respect us through murder. So they're going to never forget it, according to their line of dialogue there. And they're very happy because they murdered together. But more importantly, yes, I want to continue looting this village. I worked hard for this. Oh, is another army coming? Come on. You've got to be kidding me. Alright, this is bad. I thought we could finish raiding it in time. It was already on fire. That might have been greedy. That is really, really unfortunate. I thought we could finish looting it in time. So it looks like we got punished for the greed. I did some damage at least. Any kind of damage I could do into the swarm here is good. I'm also not seeing a lot of peasants, which is concerning. It just looks like straight up a lot of soldiers. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to play super decoy. Come on, chase me a little. Chase me a little. You know you want me. Alright, we can only do so much. Like, we could kill, like, 10, 20 people, but killing 79 is a little bit of out of our league. We might need to retreat on this one. We'll see. But I'm gonna take some people with me, at least. Again, we're trying to draw the fire away from our army. Our army can attack uninhibited. But there are a lot of crossbowmen, which is kind of annoying. Oh, and hills are terrible. Hills are terrible. Again, it's kind of working. Like, we are getting a lot of kills, but if I get headshot like that again, we're gonna lose. So we're gonna do our best. So sorry, allies. I think I did about as much as I could do here. I could go this way maybe and lure them away from our army again. This would be okay. As long as we don't get headshot here, we should be fine. Just don't get headshot. We're down to only a couple of people. I'm going to tell us to charge. I'm going to hope that they could do it. But I have a feeling the answer is no. We're dodging many crossbow bolts right now. Again, we could probably pick off like 5 or 6 people, but this number of people is a bit much. If I thought we were being attacked, I would have liked to have left the raid on the village, but I don't think we're allowed that option. I think we're about to see our first fight loss of the stream. Sadly. I could also retreat if I feel like it's not going well, which I might have to do, sadly. But then again, if it's just people on foot, maybe I'll be okay. We'll see. But I don't see a lot of our troops left alive. I think I gotta leave. Sorry, troops. It was not meant to be. Yeah, let's retreat. I know they're upset. We gotta leave. Yeah. Hopefully it won't happen again. That's fine. So unfortunately, we started burning their village, and it was like literally almost done, and we got trolled. So that enemy army is chasing us with only 16. Honestly, I might just take this battle. Let's see if they go for it. If he wants me, I'm gonna kill him. I just want you to know, Chad. He's got like what, 16? I got 16. We'll take this trade. Let's get revenge. We now outnumber him because his other army is behind. So that's the good thing about being the doctor. You can recover very quickly. If you have your own kingdom and everyone loves except the king, he declares war. These cause people revolt. Yeah, we can have our own kingdom at some point for sure. That will be the goal eventually. So sadly, they won because it was technically R35 versus 300 something. Like, we're good, but not quite that good. Again, we're gonna be sniping them a little bit here. Now, most of our troops are pretty good at either archery or crossbowmanship. In fact, I'm going to tell my army to move slightly further forward and hold the position. That way they get a little more accurate with their shots. What will I name the kingdom? That'll be up to chat. They're forming a line against us. I managed to shoot through their stuff, though, which is interesting. So I actually killed, or almost killed their crossbowmen. Not quite killed. There we go. Let's have ourselves charge. Try to protect our front line. Again, we outnumber them. I'm not entirely sure why they took this trade, to be honest with you. So we just killed a couple other people, and we are just completely outnumbering them now. So they had 16. I killed at least 3. We lost a couple of troops just now. But we should still have the advantage overall. Please die. Thank you. How polite of him to do what I wanted. Okay, killed another troop. So again, if we just have to kill 5 or 6 people by ourselves, that's fine. We've soloed much worse odds before. But the fact is, we're on horse, they're not on horse. So they actually just split up their forces in a way that allows us to win. So our normal companions got injured and they just lost. So we're gonna take our spoils of war now. I really want to burn that village, but they decided to say no to that, sadly. Some soldiers are ready for upgrade. Ooh, 4 sharpshooters. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's get more spearmen. We're definitely down some troops. I would like to get more tribesmen soon. Let's hopefully heal up a little more, and I'm gonna try. If they interrupt the raid of this again, I'm just gonna give up. I'm just gonna reload save. If they interrupt it again, I'm just reloading save. Like, it's just getting ridiculous. Please just let us loot and burn this village. Thank you. Jeez, was that so hard, chat? Was that so hard? I know. How dare they? How dare they stop me from taking their goods? Anyway, here's a reward. We get, let's see, 400 worth of goods, 400 worth of goods, 600 worth of goods, 255 versus worth of goods, 255, 250, 220, 220, 250, 130, 150, 150, 120, 120, 120, 120, 100, 100, 100. Food. Is there anything else we can eat? I want to take as much food as we can. We earned it. I'll get rid of probably bent spear and the bent stuff. Let's get grapes, because, you know. Let's get rid of regular boots. These things are only selling for 3, so we're just going to get all of the food. Yeah, burn it all. Burn it twice as much in payback for wasting my time. Yeah, they did waste our time. Yeah, chat, like, that is the most defended village I've seen in a while. That was, like, what, 4 different armies tried to stop us, and we beat 3 out of 4. And then we still took their village. The other one might have beat us back into a retreat, but I feel like we got our revenge here. So anyway, oh, we now have cattle, by the way. Remember how I was saying cattle are really annoying? Well, welcome to the cattle mechanic. I could chase them towards another village. Maybe. Yeah, let's drive them onwards. So cattle, oh, there we go. So they're not happy that we burned a village, but spoilers, we're gonna tell them to deal with it. Are you really gonna hunt us down? No, you better let us cross this bridge. I swear I'm gonna lose my mind if you catch us. Get out of my face. Absolutely get out of my face. Okay, there we go. Cattle, cattle, cattle. Stop turning around randomly. So we're gonna... Ugh, cattle, please. Okay, these guys are awful. So what we need to do, we need to get rid of our goods at some point because we're moving slow, and that seems to cause the cattle to act weirdly. Please, Ishtanar, this is the only time I will ever be happy, is if you want cattle. Do you want cattle? Please tell me you want cattle. It's free every time you take a village. That's why I was saying it's probably designed that you're supposed to raid villages for it. What quest do you want? What do you want? Don't need anything. I hate you so much. Yeah, let's can you at least recruit some troops? Oh, we got 7 people from that? Oh, that's actually good. Okay, we replenished our stock. We might just let our cattle wander around. Honestly, I don't super care about our cattle. We'll let the cattle go. It's fine. Wait, waste of time. So anyway, let's go to Yulin. And then we should see the Marshal at some point, because he should be near Moras Castle, according to them. See you around, Vanish. Hopefully you have a good weekend. But yeah, there we go. We lived up to our namesake. We burned at least one thing. Where is our Marshal? Heard you capture Count Reese and let him go. It's fine. Where is your Marshal? Be close to Jalkala. We just came from Jalkala. What a jerk. It's like he was doing things while we were doing other things. How dare he? Anyway, we have... Ooh, only 1 day to finish the quest. We might fail this quest. He's really far from us, chat. Like, he's literally back where we started. It might be possible to reach him in time if I sell all of our goods really quickly. But it's not looking good, chat. Okay, so now they're complaining about each other, saying that they're raiders. I'm gonna tell him that Marnid is more capable than Beshastar, because our other character's really good at tactics, so I don't feel like dealing with his bullshit right now. That's what it is, chat. Just like, listen, we don't have time for that. So unfortunately, we missed the other guy because we were busy raiding for like 3 days straight. We tried. We can always get another attempt at war. I mean, we did what I really wanted to do, which was to burn something, and we got handsomely rewarded for it. Look at that. We just made 1,200. Then we're going to go to this guy. Hello, arms dealer. Would you just like random bits of spiked club and salt? Lots and lots of salt? Hope you love some salt. We got some salt. We're already up at almost 6k. We haven't even finished selling our stuff yet. So far, we've profited from the war. Right, chat? Like, we're doing okay. Wow, that is insane. We're selling for another 1k. So at this point, I could probably afford basic horses for all of our characters, and I think I'll do so. Assuming they're not too expensive. Or we just get the most expensive horses known to man, and I can't do anything with them. Thanks, game. I could get the heavy riding horse, which is better than our current horse, technically. But I don't feel like it. I'm looking for just some, like, dirt cheap horses. I don't want, like, 4k monstrosities. Okay, let's see if we could get to Jalkala in time. Because it looks like they actually took Veluca from us. But I doubt we can. So you notice we're moving from 5.1 to 5.6. That's why I'm thinking if we do this, we might be able to move fast enough to be part of the quest, maybe? It's like all those trade goods were weighing us down, chat, from the frequent murder. But anyway, we have a pretty sizable army, so... Oh, we failed the quest. Oh, that's what I was worried about. Damn. We were close. We were close. Oh well. So they're not happy with us because we failed the quest. But to be fair, I think it was worth raiding because we ended up almost 3k in one quest, which is kind of bonkers. And they lost the city anyway, so it's not like we missed out on anything fun. Okay, so we leveled because we went on a killing spree earlier. So let's go ahead and pump our intelligence. Let's get wound treatment to max and tactics up. And then we're going to pump probably two-handed proficiency, throwing. Go talk to Clethy, who I think we were making a solid rider character, if I remember correctly. Oh, she doesn't have any riding to start with, but we can make her really good because she's got a lot of skill points. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's give her extra strength and extra crossbow. Throwing, because she has throwing skill. Izar already has bow proficiency. Could give him power draw, I guess. Yeah, let's give him power draw so he does more damage. Eshasar is also kind of like a strength character. I guess we're just going to pump up his power strike. And also just keep increasing crossbow, because honestly, it's probably one of the best skills in the game. Have we not been murdered in our sleep? Miracles. See, we were really close. We almost made it back to where we needed to be. Such a shame. We could still assist them in battle, though. We just won't get as much relationship from it, unfortunately. Let's talk to Fratian and see what he has to say. Oh, that's right. He wants us to burn people. So we need to attack the purple caravan if we see it at some point. And it looks like our pathfinding skill is good enough that we're catching most people. Ooh, chat, one of my favorite quests in the game. We're going to read the dialogue for it. You probably know that I'm the lord of the village of Pungadar. However, it has been months since Pungadar has delivered the taxes and rents due to me as its rightful lord. Apparently, the populace there had grown unruly lately, and I need someone to go there and remind them of their obligations, and to persuade them if they won't listen. If you go there and raise the taxes they owe me, I will grant you 1/5 of everything you collect. Chat, this is one of the most broken quests in the game. I'm going to tell you why. We could agree, and we will, to take the taxes. And he says they'll make any excuse not to pay him. Do not let them fool you. But you know what? He's the bigger fool, chat. We can collect the taxes, get like 4K, and then just never give it to him. What an idiot. It's our money now, fool. Now we just have to never talk to him for the rest of the game, and it's ours. We don't even have to pay it back with interest. It's like, it's ours. It's ours forever. Get wrecked. So we're gonna have fun trolling him later. So we basically got like another 4K. So we're gonna extort the villagers and hopefully even out our relationship with them a little bit. It's not good to be negative with the green team villages, sadly. But from there, oh wait, where is the other person that I'm looking for? But from there, we're gonna go ahead and yeah, we're gonna keep that money and do whatever we want with it, which will probably end up being some super armor, because honestly, if we get super armor, we could do almost anything in the game. And what I mean by super armor is basically anything above 45 armor will make us immune to some basic enemies completely, and the only thing we have to worry about are headshots from our friendly neighborhood crossbowmen. And otherwise, if they just try to hit us with spears and lances, instead of taking 12, we'll take as low as 2. You know, a very fair total. Do you have anything you want us to do? Not the track them down quest. That's the only one I don't want to do from them. Okay, so we could, I'm just going to go through this quickly. Essentially, what we could do here is we can invest in a business. So we could see we have a mill and bakery, a brewery. I'm basically looking at two things. One, I'm going to hide the chat briefly. One is the amount it costs. Two is the amount we get. So 166 for 2,500, I think is an okay trade. But let's see if there's something that's a little better in terms of ratios. 3,500 for 214. That might be worth it more in the long run. Let's go ahead and pay for it. So we won't get our money's worth back right away, but our weekly cost is 451, and we essentially just pay for half of it forever now, without needing to ever worry about upkeep or needing to raid constantly. So if we ever have downtime, I don't really have to worry about that much. It's just kind of a win-win for us. What village did they want us to burn? Pungadar? That is beyond Voluka, which is unfortunate. Now, on the plus side, chat, is if the orange team decides to fight us, as I said before, we're pretty capable. I'm really not that worried about them at this point. Camp defenders are pretty good. Again, we don't have, like, super weak troops. And funny enough, chat, if we raid the kingdom and we manage to take this building, we could potentially just ask for it. So depending on how many people they have in here, I might be willing to just straight up raid them. Also, I could technically raid this village since it's part of the enemy team, but I really don't want to burn our own village. All right, let's get close, but not too close. Wait a minute. Chat, are you hold on. Are you telling me they're defending a kingdom with only 54 people? I mean, is this going to be like the easiest kingdom capture in the game? I mean, okay. If that's all you have defending Voluka, I'm going to go fight you. Oh, you interrupted me. That was rude. Okay, so their army of 50 came out to greet us. So instead of trying to defeat us with their 80 total with many wounded, they came out with more wounded people. So we're going to tell him we fight him to the end. So he is only 36 to our 36. And he's one of the only people defending the castle. So we might actually also capture our first kingdom here, chat. I didn't think it would happen this early. You know, who would have thought we went from village raiding to just owning a kingdom? But here we are. And again, we have improved our foot soldiers significantly. So we should be in the business of winning pretty well. I interrupted their horse, so we didn't take massive damage there. But yeah, I think this is really bad news for them. I mean, they're wasting time fighting me when my whole army is shooting at them. That just seems stupid. But you know, I'm not them, so I can't tell them to do better. Well, we did 0 damage. That's not good. A little more momentum there. Ooh, we counter headshot him. Nice. Again, I think we're doing okay here. If we want to charge, I think we can. They're close enough. I think it's fine. His ducking animation. It beat me again, chat. It's too powerful. So again, keep in mind, unless we see red text, for the most part, we're just getting slightly wounded and not really having that much of a trade-off. So we're killing a couple more people. And keep in mind, we were even in troop size, and we picked off all their cavalry early. So this is really bad news for them. They probably should not have ventured forth from the castle walls, to be honest with you. They probably should have rested to recover their troops. That would have been the smart thing to do. But hey, we just took out like 7 people between our sword and crossbow. And we wasted the time of at least 1 knight, which is more than you could really ask for most of the time. So this is really good, chat. We're gonna get another easy cleanup. We're not gonna be that injured from this battle. And honestly, we're gonna keep most of our troops. Ducked. Come on, reload. Oh, I headshot him. Got him, chat. You can play this game, sniper. Okay, we're just straight up assassinating them before they could even reach us. This is just kind of cruel now. And we don't do a lot of damage in melee still. Because, you know, we've spec'd literally nothing into melee damage, and we're also using one-handed weapons, which are not the strongest things necessarily. But hey, that's what the rest of our army is for. So we're gonna relax. Keep in mind, chat, we're ending at around, let's say, 40, maybe 30, 35, 40% health. But since we're a doctor, you'll notice we'll get a lot of our health back after this battle. So yeah, they lost pretty hard. They charged with their 50 to defeat us, and now they just left their kingdom open. Yeah, they lost everybody, chat, and now we can let them go. And now they like us more for some reason. Again, it's a very weird system. So anyway, we're gonna capture all their foot soldiers. We stole one of their heavy horses? Wait, excuse me? Oh, look, chat, we got an improved helmet. One of the better helmets of the game. Cool. Got that for no reason. These armors are not great, but they sell for a decent amount. I'll take these. We got a really powerful crossbow to potentially give to somebody else. We got a mediocre crossbow. I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with this, chat. I feel pretty good. So he rode to war. We gained almost 300 in cash. And then we shared 329 experience to everybody. So Rolf is now happy that he had to fight side by side by Besha Star, who we just recruited recently. He said they were basically, you know, he knows the importance of respecting comrades in arms. So that means that those characters like each other, and that'll help with the morale. Now, if you might have noticed, chat, they only have 29 people defending their kingdom versus our 35. So, oops. Right, chat? Just big ol' oops on that one. We're going to upgrade our spearmen to sergeants. We're going to upgrade our trained spearmen, or normal spearmen to trained spearmen. Our tribesmen should probably be crossbowmen. I think we need more crossbowmen. We have enough frontliners, I think, at the moment. We just need more snipers. So we got rid of our worst tiered enemies. So I think at this point we just raid. I think we just honestly raid and prepare the castle walls for it. See if anybody defends this. And keep in mind, while time is passing, I'm healing. So even if I'm slightly injured, I should be full health by the time we go to siege. So let's siege our 35 versus their 29, question mark, where I got upgraded troops. Wow, this is like the easiest siege. Listen, chat, this is like a freebie for making people like us. So anyway, we have to go up this little itty-bitty ladder, which, as you can imagine, is not good for our health. So we need to hotshot whatever we can. So just keep this in mind. We have super soldiers with us, so they're not very likely to die. They're always going to outswing their companion, or the enemy counterpart is what I meant to say. Due to their proficiency just naturally being higher. I'm getting several headshots, so I am definitely assisting in this siege. Hit that guy in the side. Hit that guy in the back and killed him. So we took out at least 3 people when we were already ahead, so as long as we just enter the castle, I think this is just GG. Hopefully chat's enjoying their first siege. The power of the crossbowmen is that they can stand on the ladder like this and snipe into the crowds. We won't get to see the conga line of doom because there aren't enough troops, but you can sort of see the mess of troops from where we started sieging them. So we'll have to see the conga line of doom later. They kind of formed it, but not really. Oh, those poor foot soldiers trying to snipe us. There's like 4 billion soldiers coming to them. This is the feeling when you know you're done for, right, chat? That feeling when literally the whole enemy army greets you on the castle wall. You know it's over. So anyway, that was the Kingdom's Siege. That was probably the easiest one I have ever done, publicly or otherwise. Like, that was it, chat. That was the whole siege. Chat, let's have a round of applause. Maybe they shouldn't have sent their 50 people out to leave. I mean, we lost no one, because remember, wounded means they're just temporarily out versus perma-loss, where they lost 20, and we took the kingdom from them. Now, sometimes, depending on how many people are left over, we might have a stage 2. Let's see if we have a stage 2. We do not even have a stage 2. Look how many troops we can get. Oh my gosh. This is broken. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, chat. They had all these prisoners? Oh, I'm just gonna hire a bunch of crossbowmen. Let's hire a bunch of spearmen. Oh, look at that, chat. I hit max party capacity. Well, chat, our army is now full size. So we lost no one, and I'm at max army size. Like, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's totally fair, chat. Oh, just 100% honest work. So anyway, we now have 1 million frontline men. So we have 4 sergeants. We're going to have a total of, if I'm doing math correctly, 13 melee characters that are really good at blocking. So that's like about roughly a 1/4 of our army, roughly. And everybody else are crossbowmen, which is a lot of crossbows. So yeah, that was just kind of an embarrassing loss for them. I don't know what they were thinking. Sadly, we don't have enough capacity to recruit these other people, or else we would have been able to easily get up to 60+ troops. So anyway, chat, that was our first siege that took like that took less time than the village raid. Who would have thought? All right, we don't need any of these. We'll just hit return. So because we're not officially allied with them, we can't request for territory. I think after this, chat, we should be able to ally ourselves with the force. What do you think? Do you think the king would be impressed that we just took his entire town back and then just gave it back to him? One would hope he's impressed by that, chat. So hopefully our daring in the field of battle has elevated us to a new point of victory. Well, let's sell some items. We clearly don't need this many random things. Although, honestly, the arming sword is good. I just wish it wasn't rusty, which is a negative status application to our thing. Again, we have so many crossbows. We like the crossbow. So I'm using spear, which is not the same as lance. I've learned that the hard way. You think they would be the same, but no. No, they are not. Right, so I have 3 crossbows there. Okay, let's bring our crossbows up here. I don't want to lose track of them. We're going to sell our mediocre helmet. We're going to keep our warhorse, because, you know, that's fair. We have a lot of food to potentially eat through. Not bad. Go back into here. I could get something called the Siege Crossbow, which does a minimum of 60 damage, more or less. So as you can imagine, if an enemy has between, let's say peasants have between 30 and 50 health, depending on, like, how armored they are, and maybe the elite units might have as high as 60 health, the fact that it does the base damage of 60 is kind of insane. This means it'll one-shot basically everybody that's not a heavily armored knight. We definitely want to do that at some point. So yeah, at some point we need to replace our spear with what is literally list. So this is a bent great lance. Essentially, at some point we probably want this. Oh, it needs 11 strength. Oh, I was gonna say that would be so fun on our character right now, but we can't use it. Nothing worth buying in here, sadly. Is there any kind of cheap item I can pick up? Like 1600 for a +6, I think is a great trade. Get that free upgrade. Are there any other super armors I should consider? Ooh, we could get really strong armor right now. Hold on. Hold on, chat. This is... Oh, we have to sell something, though, to afford this. Can we just get rid of a luxury good or something? Like butter? I think this is absolutely worth it. So chat, we're about to get one of the biggest defensive upgrades we're ever going to receive in the game, more or less. So I think we're going to go for it. So we're going to go from, what was it, 31 armor. So that's, we reduced damage taken by 31 to 53. So, you know, just a casual, like, 22 damage reduction jump. And also we have more leg armor, so we take less from foot soldiers. So we're kind of immortal now. We can definitely become very good bait for everything. Yeah, I think that's worth it. I think that's worth it, chat. It's just, I just want to be a little immortal. Do you know what I mean? Just a little teeny tiny bit. Teeny tiny bit. Is anybody horse riding 4? I don't think so in our army. You're not horse riding 4. You have the same armor that we do. Jeramis might not have what we have. 27. Okay. We make Jeramis slightly tankier. There we go. Our doctor's taking less damage. It would be great if he didn't keel over and die every fight. I think that would be a welcome change of pace. So I think at this point, chat, I just sell our weapons just to make sure if we have to pay for our army that we're able to do so. So I'm going to get rid of Nordic Sword because it's just okay. Instead, I'm going to keep the saber. Or anything else I want to sell. Sells for an okay amount. Get rid of the vest. Okay, so we have a little bit of cash. In case we need to pay for mercenary forces. Because they are worth 668, which is a bit. I might need to sell one more thing, actually. Just to be 100% safe. Anything worth selling? I'm gonna keep the sausage because that's a unique item type. We'll get rid of a shield. We only received 4 for it. Oh, that's not... The downside, chat. Like, we got the super armor. Okay, I'll get rid of dried meat. Okay, so hopefully this will be good enough. So we need to probably do something to get money. Oh, we could get taxes from Pungadar. Oh, thank you, Pungadar. You're right here. Just in case we have to pay our own troops. Gonna go in. Don't mind me, Pungadar. We're here to collect some taxes, you know. It's only fair. Let's see if these people want any quests from us first. That way we can negate some of the relation loss that we're about to receive by taxing them. Yeah, we just got a super important massive upgrade. The gloves were a pretty cheap upgrade, but I think the 22 armor is worth the 6 armor upgrade. So he needs grain. Okay, that's a perfect one to do. We could kind of do that whenever. In fact, do I even have that much grain? I actually have no grain at all. I have 1 grain. That's it. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out how to get grain. But for now, we're gonna start collecting taxes. So this will pay for our massive army. Worth it, chat. And the best part is we can use the tax money. Ooh, my weapon master skill increased by 1 because we finished reading the book. Nice. We collect 1,700 from the village. The village is still mostly friendly with us, funny enough. But Luca is under siege. We might be able to protect it. Oh, let's talk to the king. The king might allow us to become knighted. We'll see. Or potentially we could fight the count by ourselves, to be honest with you. I'd prefer to talk to the king first. Can we please talk to the king? Can we please talk to the king? Can we get a promotion? Are you attack subjects of the travels on the road? Oh yeah, so he does not like us currently because we did something bad to him at some point, but that's fine. Do you have any tasks for us? So he wants to do something against Count Playus? Okay, what does he want us to do? I've written a fake letter bearing my own seal, which implicates him in a conspiracy. Okay, let me hide this. In a conspiracy with us to stage a coup and brave it in my favor. If we make King Horus believe the letter is genuine, he will deal with Count Playus very swiftly. Of course, the challenge there is to convince King Horus the letter is indeed real. Where I say continue. This is where you come into play. You'll take the letter to Praven and then give it to one of your soldiers and instruct him to take it to Count Playus. I'll have one of my spies inform the town garrison so that your man will be arrested on his way. The guards will find the letter and take him to the king. They'll torture your man, of course, to try and get the truth out of him. But all he knows is that you ordered the letter to be delivered to Count Playus under the utmost secrecy. King Horus knows you served me well, and the fool would certainly believe the whole charade. We ask, is that all? This is one more thing. Your messenger must be someone trustworthy. If you sent the letter with a simple peasant, someone expendable, King Horus might suspect a plot. May have the wits of a snail, but even a snail can see the obvious. Give the letter to someone of rank, perhaps one of your sharpshooters. We're gonna say that a Rodok sharpshooter it will be. Okay, so we got money for the quest already. It says, I can't tell you how pleased I am to hear that, Sir Burnsalot. Removing one of the greatest obstacles on my path. Here's the letter, as well as 300 money for your expenses. Remember, there'll be more once you succeed. Much, much more. Okay, so we've already done so much for the king that apparently we could just become his vassal because we already took a kingdom for him, by the way, chat. Just casually, we just did that. Okay, so now they're saying the father of the... Okay, so let's read this one. So the Marshal. My father, Count Garmel, has been taken prisoner by Count Devlian of the Kingdom of Swadia. Normally, honorable nobles will grant prisoners of gentle blood the privilege of parole. Treat them as honored guests so long as they give their word that they will not attempt to escape. Until such a time a ransom could be paid. But Count Devlian, instead of granting the Count his parole, has consigned my father to his dungeons. No doubt in hope that he could demand more from us. We need you to get my father out of prison. May be able to pay the ransom, in which case we could cover you up to 5,000. If you have connections within the Vineyard Castle, you may be able to use them to sneak him out. Or you may try a more direct approach. Walk up to the Galloware, take the keys by force, then fight your way out. Can you do it? We'll say we'll try. Okay, so we already got 2 wartime quests, which is kind of interesting. We'll touch on Tarchius real quick. Oh, no, wait, Tarchius wants his money. Hold on, chat. Tarchius wants his money. We don't want to give him his money. Oh, I mean, I guess we could now. We got money. Fine, Tarchius. Fine, you can have your money back. It's fine. It's only 1,700. If it was like 5k, I would have kept it. But for now, let's just focus on our relationships. Alright, so we have a lot of wartime quests. So, we can rescue a prisoner who's at a castle. We have to bring grain to Pugandor at some point, which we could do at any point. If we see the purple caravan at any point, we stop everything to fight it. Or we go to Praven, which is the enemy headquarters, which is over here. So we know Praven's over here, but where was the castle that they just mentioned? Looking through, it is Vinyancord Castle. Where is that? Arangoth, Ribolet, Laradon. Oh no, where is this castle? No, seriously, where is this castle? Oh, it's like right here. Oh. That's not very far. How many people are guarding that castle, out of curiosity? I was gonna fight that army of 84, but we could go raid a castle. That'd be good. Oh, oh, the other guy just got let go, so the quest got canceled. That's unfortunate. Oh, we just got the quest, chat. That was rude. Anyway, we could go to Praven. We're gonna sacrifice one of our sharpshooters, which is a little sad. But hey, we got a lot of crossbowmen in training to take up the cause. So yeah, see, we managed to get some mercenary payment. But essentially, once our other business kicks in, we'd only lose about 200 instead of 470 with our current army. And keep in mind, our army is very expensive. Normally, we would not go this expensive this early. But hey, I mean, if we're doing well, we might as well as. The Zari Vinyancord, we're apparently going to leave you alone for now. I'm tempted to raid Yaragar. Ooh, that's a lot of troops. I better be careful here. Yeah, there was like... Oh no, there's 140 in the castle, but not many for that particular person. Okay, I understand. My misunderstanding. I thought they had an army of 100. They had 100 people garrisoned. Yeah, that was a shame. 100 people might have been doable with our 48, because honestly, our 48 is really good. That would have been a good test of our skill to see how many people we could snipe to help out our troops. And also see the power of first aid, potentially. Anyway, let's go to Praven and implicate another enemy officer, so that way we, do the most underhanded tactics possible, essentially. Well, speaking of which, Nizar needed to level, if I remember correctly. So Nizar, why don't you get a little better in riding for the future, and we'll give him archery enhancements. Makes sense. He already has a bow. So believe it or not, chat, we've almost capped out our healing bonus. We only need about like 5 or 6 more levels, since we've been hyper-focusing that. And also we have tactics, so we're usually at an advantage. So what we're going to do, we're going to get really close to Praven, but not actually go to Praven. And then we need to talk to our people. I believe now we are going to give a salute to our sharpshooter. Chat, give him a farewell salute. He's gone. I will not forget your service. You will be rewarded when you return. Chat, he's never going to return. Rip the sharpshooter. Absolute rip. He's dead. We sent him to his death, chat. just so it's unambiguous. He got captured and killed. GG. He died for our sins, chat. There we go. We gave him the salute. So, I mean, that's pretty evil. I feel like we're doing very evil things. Chat wanted me to do an evil playthrough. We burned a village. We killed our own troop. We started a war. I think we're doing good today. I think we're living up to our name pretty well. We didn't burn Voluka, but we did take Voluka. We could burn another one of their village, in theory. I do need to get grain at some point. Let's see if they have grain. And if not, we might burn it anyway. Oh, you don't have any grain. Boring. Okay, let's go this way. Don't like that we're going near the castle, because we could potentially have people assault us. Oh, there's no generals there, so they couldn't assault us if they wanted to. So we're just looking for grain. It's just a random trade good. It's more likely to be found in cities. I just figured since we were near a couple of random places, we might as well as check. Also, chat, if you see like forest bandits and such running around, there's a decent chance that there is probably a hideout for those enemies. And if we can accept a quest to clear it, we've seen that that gives insane experience. Like, it's on par with starting wars with other people, levels of experience. So we want to figure out any hideouts, but only take them when somebody complains about it. Like true heroes, chat. We only do our job if someone says they're going to pay us to do it. You know, it just makes sense. Oh, no. So, chat, I went to go to the village, and unfortunately, chat, there's a random event that occur in one of the villages. We're gonna read out this random event, which is a bit unfortunate for them mostly. We actually have a pretty good troop size. The village of Pungadar looks wretchedly poor and miserable. Only a handful of people are strong enough to work in the fields, many of which are becoming overgrown with weeds. The rest are weak and malnourished, or have already fled elsewhere. Chat, by the way, I think this is because we taxed them. By the way, chat, I'm pretty sure everything that's occurring now is because we took all their wealth. The rest, the draft animals have long since starved or were eaten, although a few carcasses still lie on the outskirts. There's bone gnawed by wild beasts. Remember that this village and the surrounding lands belong to Count Tarchius, the Kingdom of Rhodox. The village is infested with 27 bandits. The populace is indifferent to me. Well, let's go attack the bandits. I'm going to tell them to hold position. So now we have a wall of snipers. So if they try going across this little bridge, they're basically dead. They're basically dead. So keep in mind, we've upgraded a ton of snipers. So they should be taking some big damage here. We already killed one of them. Killed two of them before they could even really get that close. Some of them are getting close, but not able to hurt us at all. That's always a fun one. Okay, hack him down real quick. So yeah, we need to get another polearm improvement at some point. We have a lot of room for growth. Right now it's only jabbing for about 20. We saw that there was an upgrade in one of the stores. It could easily do another 10 damage, which would be huge. We'll do a little drive-bys. Oh, speaking of drive-bys. Oh, I don't think he liked that, Chan. I don't think he liked being stabbed in the face. What a shame. That's the only thing we have for him, Chad. An untimely death. So they killed their entire army already. The only people left are the people that were across the bridge fighting me. So in a way, I was saving them. See, Chad, I'm the good guy. Oh, hold on. The Sword Sisters here try to kill steal us. Anyway, I'm just gonna point my stick until they die. Again, we're only taking 2 damage when we're attacked, chat. That's pretty little, thanks to our super armor. And that's with them hitting us straight on. Okay, so they gave us a little bit of cash, not a ton of cash, like 62, but we could refuse to take the items. So now the relationship with them went from 3 to 10. So they're acceptive of us. We taxed them. They got raided by bandits. We killed the bandits. Now they like us. What a wacky world we live in, chat. But 10's a really good number. Essentially, if we're ever at war with the Rhodox, these people will give us more volunteers. And I don't think it's possible for us to not get troops now, because they're at least at 10. Whenever we volunteer, there should be somebody that agrees, generally. That's just kind of... Ooh. So here's an exciting thing that's happening. There's a battle going on between a really highly trooped up character and an enemy army. So here's the fun thing, chat. Even though there's only 2 people left by the time we joined in our army of 80 coming in, we're going to get a relationship with everybody that participated in battle. So even if we don't get a lot of experience from this, everybody will remember how we helped them. You know, we needed to send in our 49 troops versus their 2 enemies. Remember that dreaded battle, chat? They could have lost without us. Although, funny enough, if they genuinely would have lost without assistance, like let's say they have 60 troops to the enemy's 100, we can end up getting more than just a relationship point. I think I've seen as high as 4 points. So potentially we could get a lot of relationship at once. Now, this is not very likely to happen because we horribly outnumber them. You know, these 2 people right here are the entire enemy forces. So at least we'll get a +1. We totally didn't come in to kill steal. I don't know what you're talking about, chat. We're clearly heroes. See that? He likes us. He went from 0 to 1. Count Gerlouche says, "Good to see you here, Sir Burnsalot. There's no greater fortune than to show one's valor on the field of arms." Anyway, we almost captured an enemy general, which would have been pretty hilarious, to be honest with you. Gonna introduce ourselves to Count Reichs. And do you have any tasks for us? You need 6 Swadian Knights? I'm gonna say no, so he's gonna like us a little less for that. I don't think we have Swadian. Yeah, we don't have that many Swadian Knights. That's a little much of an ask this early in the game. He should ask for something more realistic. Sorry. Well, the -1 will restore up to 0 at some point. Also, if our allies catch this character, we can assist in the battle. Does it look like it's about to happen? So see, there's 86. And now we can join in. And now it's 154 versus 77. Now keep in mind, we bring in our tactics value. So the enemy looks like they're pretty well versed in tactics. So they actually didn't have a big disadvantage. Only a 2 advantage on our side versus like what probably should have been a 10 or a 12. So 10 to 12 potential % more than the enemy in any given loaded battle. So anyway, this is a bigger battle. We have some chances of good items. Also, they're sniping me from here, which is kind of insane. They almost hit me. But that's too high. Just gonna annoy them a little bit. A little bit of annoyance. Well, this guy's a good dodger. Well, he was a good dodger. This thing is like slightly shorter range than what I'm used to. I gotta attack really early with it for it to work. A little awkward. That guy had a polearm, which stopped my charge. This is it before. I'm not really too worried about taking damage. As long as we deal with the problem, aka the crossbowman, I think I'll be okay. It even jumped my horse to try to avoid the headshot. It's kind of a cheeky way to dodge them while on horse. Okay, we're doing some damage. Slowly improving our polearm proficiency, so we attack faster with it. Again, keep in mind, they've been hitting us. We're still at like 98%, 95% health. So I'm not that worried. Oh, that's our own person. I mean, to be fair, he was out in the middle of nowhere. I was just gonna kill him regardless. I didn't do any damage there because I hit him on the slowdown, unfortunately. Okay, killed another one of the crossbowmen, aka the only threat to me. There are a lot of crossbowmen here. That guy probably should not have reloaded. He probably should have tried dodging. Better luck next time. Oops. Again, they're trying to hit me. Like, they're kind of hitting me. I see they hit me for 0 at one point. I know our super armor is working. But I really need a better polearm or something. Something with more reach would be preferred. Polearm stopped me from charging, which is annoying. Okay, we're just doing some pokes. Yeah, and I think we're still doing pretty well. Looks like we're mostly killing them. Haven't seen too many of our troops dying. I saw a lot of our ally troops dying. It's fine. We don't care about them because we're not our ally. True statements, chat. There we go. Got him. He looks like the enemy army, to be fair. That's why I keep attacking him, because our troops don't look like that. Oh, this guy's trying to run. We got a runner, chat. No running, only murder. We're doing honorable combat versus them right now, where we hunt down their stragglers. You know, honorably. Okay, so we got decent polearm experience. And our definitely was always red spears here. So we lost no one of importance. Our allies lost 3 people. They lost 64 plus. And look at that, chat. We improved our relationship with the kingdom by 4. And because this guy was somewhat evenly matched, we went up 2 relationship points instead of 1. So that was kind of nice. So unfortunately, we did not get any knights, which is why I did not like the fact that the guy was asking for them earlier, because they're kind of a rarer unit. I'm not going to say they're impossible to find, but it's just not, it's not good for us. Do this. More bolts. We level. That's convenient. I think what we're going to do, we're going to take a point in Power Strike so we could do more in melee, because I do think we melee a lot. And then I'm going to put another point in Trainer, so that way we can level up our troops a little faster. And this also means we could give some trickle-down experience to our companions. Not that it'll be very much, but better than nothing. Let's continue to improve things like throwing and two-handed weapons. And yeah, that was pretty much a free battle. Pretty free. Now the question is, from the goods market, was there a lot of grain that I didn't see? No, there's a lot of bread, but no grain. Disappointing, chat. Do we need to... Maybe Jalkala will have some bread for the other people. Also, we need to find the king at some point. Where is the king? Has anybody seen the king? Right, chat? Anybody? King? Where's king? You have any tasks for us? Nope. Have you seen... Oh, you're the king. You're the king I want to talk to. Let's talk to you. You cross swords with the rascal they call Count Devlin and emerge victorious. So our successful assistance made the king happy with us. So we went from a -1 score with him to 1. So we're on the up and up. Now we went from 1 to 6 and we lost honor because we sacrificed our crossbowmen earlier. Let's read what he has to say. A little plot against King Carlos worked perfectly, Sir Burnsalot. The fool has lost one of his most valuable retainers. We are one step closer to bringing him to his knees. Here, this purse contains 1,000 dinars. I wish you to have it. You deserve every copper. Need I remind you there could be much more if you have a mind to earn it. It was an honor to serve, we say while losing honor. Okay. So there we go, chat. We got another 1K. Do you have any more tasks for us? Ooh, there's a spy in Uxanol. This is a fun one to do. I have a sensitive matter which needs tending to, Sir Burnsalot, and no trustworthy returners to take care of it. The fact is, I have a spy in Uxanol to keep an eye on things for me and report anything that might warrant my attention. Every week I send someone to collect the spy's reports and bring them back to me. The job is yours if you wish it. So we could say I could decline, Cloak and Dagger isn't fit for us, or we could say I don't mind a bit of skullduggery, count me in. We're gonna say count me in. Excellent. Make your way to Uxanol as soon as you can. The spy will be waiting. We're gonna ask how we recognize the spy. And he says, if you think you found the spy, say the phrase, the wind blows hard from the east and the river runs red. Okay. Chat, this is gonna be your job as well as my job. We need to memorize this phrase. I'm gonna hide the chat so you can look at it. The wind blows hard from the east and the river runs red. His response is not as important for the quest, but we need to go there eventually. Okay. So we managed to get a new quest from the king. We're not going to get any new territories for now. Let's see if we can get food from Jalkala first. And then if we can't, we'll go to the enemy kingdom. So they want us to essentially sneak into the kingdom. You've seen sometimes we can disguise ourselves as one of the options when we go to the enemy kingdom. And if we're not successful, we have to fight our way in, which is why I took another point in melee. So that way, if we do have a weapon, I have a small chance of getting through their armor and dealing damage. Otherwise, if we go in when there's not a lot of troops and there's not a lot of generals, then we should be able to sneak in and actually just go find the spy. Now, we need to make sure we also come in at not nighttime. The game doesn't tell you this. So if I were, for example, to enter the enemy city of Jalkala in this example at this time of day, we actually will not be able to find the spy because the spy is only visible at night. So that's kind of a brutal thing to learn the hard way. Imagine fighting your way into the city only to learn, oops, it's midnight, no one's here. You just wasted your time. It's pretty brutal, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna sell a fighting pick. I notice our food is going down pretty quickly, which is a bit concerning. And we get some grain. We can get 3 grain here. We're gonna get some buffer food here. Is there anything we could do in Jalkala? Let's visit the tavern. I think we're at the point I might want to accept a tournament because I took 1 point in Power Strike, and honestly, I'm pretty well armed. Oh, there's another companion here. We could look at the book merchant. Has nothing we could purchase. Let's talk to Blade here. Also, I love that my aim cursor is stuck on his profile for some reason. It says, yes, what is it you wish? You can say to pass the time of day with a fellow traveler, if you permit. Very well, I do not mind. My name is Blade. Yeah, let's hide the chat briefly. I'm the second son of the Count of Gloria, of whom you have no doubt heard. Having no inheritance of my own, I came here to seek my fortune in Cal, training men in the art of battle. Unfortunately, the lord here in Jalkala has no taste for the disciplinary methods needed to turn rabble into soldiers. I told him it was wiser to flog them now than bury them later. But he would not listen, and I was told to take my services elsewhere. So if you know of any commander who believes that his purpose is to win battles, rather than pamper his soldiers, I would be pleased if you directed me to him. So we could say, I'll let you know if I hear of anything, good day, or I might be of use in your company. Let's try to get him. We'll say he's used in our company. I'd be pleased to ride with you, at least for a short while, for pay and share of any loot. I'm a skilled swordsman, and I can instruct your men in fighting, but I warn you I do not care to fight for a leader who is lax in discipline with his men, for in the long run, they will not respect a soft hand. I'll say, good, I'll be happy to hire someone, versus I have no wish to provoke mutiny. He says, one last thing. Like an initial bounty of 400 before I join your service. It's my principle never to enter in someone's service without receiving payment I deserve. Okay, so we'll pay 400. And we actually have a very sizable number of companions, so we're actually going to move him up a little bit. Put the chat back in. Look at that chat. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 companions. That is a lot. We can arm him with the crossbow. I think we'll do now. So let's give him a crossbow. Let's give him bolts +1. We give him even more bolts. Although, honestly, I think he's better suited with a shield. We could give him a super helmet. He's already... Oh, his armor's kind of lame. Look at his skills. So he came with riding 2, which is okay. He came with 4 points in trainer, and more importantly, he took 100 in every skill. So he'll more or less be your frontliner. But as I said before, crossbow kind of OP. So the longer we could get them to use the crossbow over the other weapons, probably the better. So we essentially just have another revivable crossbow unit. We'll go to Bourbon to see if we could get grain, and if we can't, we'll go further. We're still looking for a caravan, which we haven't seen so far from the purple team. That'll help with our money issue, as we're actually pretty low on money. We need to get into a fight at some point, question mark. We have 4 grain. That's pretty close to what we need. I might actually sell the arrows at some point if we're really desperate. How many grains did he need? 4? Oh, I think we have exactly 4. Okay, so now we can go back to Helgador, and that's on the way to our other quest. Oh, the king actually conferred his territory to a new character. So basically, every time you get a new kingdom, the king will decide who it goes to, unless you're the king. So essentially, he'll meet up, usually somewhere, hold a feast. That feast will usually encourage a tournament, so if you're looking to get some easy money as a melee character, that's a great way to level up. And he has a chance of giving it to you based upon your renown and other scores. But since we're not part of his vassals, he will not give any territory to us. So once we're done kind of messing around as a mercenary, we should probably hard commit to being a vassal for a while, since it pays pretty well. So the downside, the mercenary gets paid monthly and we can leave with no downside. A vassal can leave, but it basically makes the king hate you, and he will generally do bad things to you, even if he's not technically at war with you, quote unquote. So yeah, we want to try to go to Uxkhal. We're going to try to get the spy out of the way. Oh, I forgot to go to Pungador. Let's get that out of the way. So remember, chat, Pungador really, really didn't like us earlier. Might actually chase those bandits down. It might actually be worth it. And the reason we want to come to Pungador first is, one, it's going to lessen our load, so it's easier to move around. And two, we want to make sure we don't accidentally eat all the food. So remember, these were the people we robbed earlier, essentially, took the taxes from. And they might be our most friendly village so far. It just goes to show how unfair some of the village quests are. Like, this was a very easy quest to complete. So we got 400 experience. And we're now +5 relationship with them. I think you get 10 relationship-ish if you save them from bandits or something like that. Saving them from bandits is completely random, but man, it's so good for you. So anyway, that kingdom now basically likes us forever. There's pretty much nothing we can do that would make them hate us. We'd have to burn them so many times. So anyway, we're gonna go for a very risky play of just going straight to Uxkhal. I don't think there were any king... Oh, there is somebody in there now. And we managed to get in without a fight somehow? Okay. Okay, I was not expecting that. We got in without needing to see the sneaking mechanic. We're actually pretty low on money. I'm a little worried here. So I think we're done with the book so I can sell it. I think that's how that works. So I'm going to sell the book for money. Some books give you a passive bonus to learn it, but I think that already permanently boosted us. That's fine. Let's walk around the town. Now, Chad, I vaguely remember the password. We're going to talk to random people. Something about the wind blows hard from the east. And if they don't know what we're talking about, they'll say, what gibberish are you speaking? And then we just move on. We're basically looking for a moving character this time. So we're just going to, like a complete idiot, we're going to tell everybody in the town the password. You know, very, very good at spymanship we are. But anyway, we're just going to... We're like, do you know what it means? No? Do you know what it means? Have you been sick? Okay, we found the person. We actually found them in only 4 tries. Also, we look so evil. Chad, like, we almost like... we got the hood on. Like, come on. We look like a harbinger of death. Like, that could be a scythe or something. Ingravis sent me to collect your reports. You have them with you. Been expecting you. Here they are. Make sure they reach the king intact and without delay. Farewell. Hey, don't cutscene bomb us, random woman walking into us. I see you. Don't pretend like you're not walking into us repeatedly like we're not there. Yeah, you walk away. That's what I thought. Anyway, we got everything we needed here. So surprisingly, again, I thought for sure with that many people there, they would have caught us entering, but nope. That was a very easy quest. So we're just gonna go back. How's our money looking? We got 1,000 from the book. Let's take a look at our character sheet. We're still at 3 Weapon Master, so that did look like a permanent upgrade at least. So yeah, we're doing okay on money. So we need to potentially purchase 1 more property, I think. So right now we're gonna get about 200 from mercenaries. We're gonna get 200 from our other property. If we could get something in Voluka, or if we could get something in Yalin, we could potentially start earning a ton of money. Okay, we're gonna ask the count here where our king is. I just love the fact that we're basically just walking up to people and going, where is he? Like, just constantly. Like, where is he? I'm assuming he's at a kingdom because I saw he was doling out fiefs, so I'm assuming he's at, like, Yalin or something. He's at Fedner. Where's Fedner? Oh, he's pretty close to us. Ooh, the mind games. Did he go right or did he go left? I'm gonna hope he went right here. We can find him. Ooh, this doesn't feel right. I don't see him so far. Ooh, I think we got baited. Now, if our tracking works, we should be able to see if he went by here or not. We don't know what direction he's traveling relative to Fedner, which is also a problem. Let's go to the castle since we don't see him anywhere. That is kind of the downside. If he's not at a major building, he could be doing anything. I think it's time we raid another village to get money. We do need some money. I mean, I bought super armor, which was really, really greedy. But at the same time, we went from taking like half our health to like 10%. I think it was still worth it in the end. I see mountain bandits here, so that makes me think there might be something we could do soon. There's nobody here. Damn. Yeah, we need to burn another village. We need more money. And then we're probably going to start sieging really soon. We're just looking for the king. Is there any sign of where he went relative to Fedner? Let's go to Jelkala, and if he's not at Jelkala, we'll go back to Veluka. Actually, have you seen the king? We're just gonna go, like, come on, catch him. There we go. Where is the king? Olmar Castle. Olmar Castle? What? Wait, what? Where is he? Oh, he did go towards the enemy. Oh. I didn't think he would, but apparently he is. So he's near the enemy. We were just where he was, apparently. Do you want us to do any tasks? You want to get 4 Swadian foot soldiers? Okay, that's more doable. In fact, do we have that many on us right now? No, we don't. We're close. Okay, we have 90 days to get 4 basic foot soldiers. That's not as hard as getting 6 knights. I'm gonna put it that way. That is much more reasonable. The king should be around here somewhere. Where is he? Said he's near Colmar. We're gonna talk to the count again just to make sure he's not moved somewhere. He's traveling to Jelkala. See, I was about to go there regardless. See, we are getting trolled. So if I went to Jelkala, I would have found the king. That's what I've learned. The game lied to me. They said he was here, then they say he went... I think he's going this way to Jelkala. What a jerk. Let's see. We still need to provoke a war, which is concerning me because we haven't found a single caravan. They tend to go to the major cities, so we should bump into them eventually. Hopefully. Otherwise, we'll have to hunt them down. And again, we can always do it the old-fashioned way, too. Okay, where's the king? Was that the king? There's the king. Never mind. I found the king. Come here, king. Got the reports right here. Relationship with the king went from 7 to 10. And he gave us 500 in cash. So now we don't have to worry about 1 upkeep's worth of stuff. Do you have any more tasks for us? Nope. The king actually likes us. Let's talk to Reedland. We could reach him. He's moving kind of quick. Introduce ourselves. Doesn't want any tasks. Okay. Do any of these people want help doing anything terrible? Want us to do anything? Nope. Count Telrog does not want us to do anything. Talk to him again by accident. Telbar, do you have anything you want us to do? Nope. So we're just gonna do this repeatedly to see if we could get money from them. Maybe the Count Mateus wants something from us. We're just basically introducing ourselves repeatedly to them. So nobody wants help, apparently. They're like, yeah, we're good. We lost the kingdom without you earlier, but no, we don't need help. Okay, so we need to provoke a war, and we need to get into more fights with the Orange Kingdom. So that could probably be arranged. Do you have anything for us, Esterok, of Esterok Castle fame? They keep commenting on our chivalry, in case you're curious, because they said, I heard you captured so-and-so and you let him go. Count Esterok actually got a major building there. We got a promotion. So nobody wants help in this entire army. Wow. That's awkward. Let's check out the tavern in the case that we're able to get rid of everybody that's not a foot soldier. Because we do need to sell prisoners for money. We let someone go. That doesn't sound like us at all. You kind of. Minstrel, hired Blade. There's a lot of people here today, apparently. Ransom broker. Let's sell some people. So they want footmen, right? So I could sell a knight for 240, man-at-arms for 160, a veteran for 96, militiamen for 60, and a crossbowman for 140. So we went, chat, from barely 400 in cash to 2,200. Such is the power of having prisoners. We can afford basically almost a month's worth of payment right now. So that went pretty well for us. So we just need 2 more foot soldiers, which we could probably do at some point. Sorry for hitting all the buttons. But I think I'm going to leave. And we're going to level Borsha, maybe? To make him smarter, I guess. Give him Weapon Master so I can raise his crossbow higher. Because honestly, putting crossbow as high as possible is kind of crazy. To give you an idea, the elite sharpshooters that I've been touting as being like unstoppable gods, they have about 140 in crossbow proficiency. We can get our companions at like 300 plus if we really want to. Right now we have people around 120, so they're almost elite tier. Almost. Let's take our normal crossbowmen and upgrade them to super crossbowmen. I think that's worth it. Take our regular soldiers and make them trained spearmen. And honestly feeling pretty good about this. We lost about 400 in cash. But more importantly, we have really, really strong army members. So this is an improvement of their armor, the improvement of their attack speed, some slight health. More importantly, the armor. So now we're just looking for a purple caravan, and we just need to just fight random people for no reason. I'm sure chat would just love. They would just love me fighting for no reason all the time. Oh, hello, village of Nomar. You're all by yourself. It sure would be a shame if something were to happen to you, village of Nomar, where nobody could potentially defend you. Hey, look, our relationships improved. We went from -2 to -1, -3 to -2, and -4 to -3. See that, chat? We're being diplomatic by just choosing not to do terrible things to those people. Except for the village of Nomar. They got kind of short end of the stick there. And we burned their village. And they're too scared to stop us. So we lost a little bit of wealth there, but you can see our ironwork is counteracting some of the loss. And chat, yeah, we just burned Nomar. So the goal was to get to 2. Marnid looks upset. I'm sure they are. So our goal was, I was thinking at least 2. So I think the stream goal has been achieved. And more importantly, look how much money we're about to receive. Oh, look at all this beautiful cash, chat. Look at all this hard-earned loot we received. We definitely didn't steal it from the populace. I don't know what you're talking about. We would never do such a thing. We're good guys. We're just participating in redistribution of the wealth, right, chat? It goes from them to us. The perfect redistribution. Okay, let's bring our food up here. I'm gonna bring the meat here. Bread, cabbage, fruit. So we are like completely maxed on space, which is crazy. Anyway, there's more cattle. I mean, I guess I could force the cattle to go towards us. Marnid's not happy that we raided a village, but as I said before, just oops butterfingers, we accidentally burned a village down again. Sorry, Marnid. Right, chat? Oops. Just hate it when you accidentally set fire to a village and take thousands of gold of trade goods on the way out. It just happens, chat. Thus, it's like sneezing. It just kind of happens. Extra crispy. Something like that, chat. Ooh, 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 ooh. I will give up on the cattle to help these people. So we might be able to get our foot soldiers that we need in this combat. So again, we're assisting an ally that would normally have lost a battle here. And we have a lot of super troops. I'm going to tell my people to actually chill a little bit. They're like a little too far forward. Maybe here's fine. No. Don't go that far. Don't go that far. First. Yeah, we have the hill advantage. Let's take advantage of the hill. Should be able to defend the hill quite easily. And more importantly, our cavalry is not super far ahead of everybody else. Now we can tell ourselves to charge. This is fine. Now our infantry will get in front of our crossbowmen, and we should be good. So now at this point, in order to say that we're like doing really well, we mostly just need to replace our weapons. I want to get rid of this spear. It's not as good as lances. More importantly, I can't insta-kill with this like I can with the lance. So at some point, we need about 1,000 in cash, and it will go towards a nice upgrade. Gonna hit that guy in the back. Was someone fighting me? I think they were, briefly. I mean, I didn't really notice, to be fair. I mean, so far, this is just kind of a massacre, because, again, we have really good troops. Oh, they killed our, spearman. This knight killed our spearman. What a jerk. An absolute jerk, chat. Back here. Fine, I'll take it out on your peasants. You happy? You happy I'm killing your peasants? It's because of you. Oh, the knight is back. This guy's a problem. He actually does good damage to us. Because he's an elite character. We don't want to fight the elite characters if we can avoid it. Oh, he killed one of our trained crossbowmen. That's a shame. On the plus side, the battle's almost over. I'm glad you agree it's an easy accident to make, to accidentally burn down a village. This happens, chat. Why was our spear pointing inwards? I don't fully understand where the game means this sometimes. That's fine. Oh, it just barely didn't hit him before I went up the hill. Oh well, we still did some damage, but we could have done more, for sure. Anyway, the fight is over. We've lost a couple people, but that might actually be for the best. Our army's like a little too big. I think ideally I want to be closer to 40. So weeding down to 45 or so is completely okay with me. We want to be at a number where we can still move quickly, but we can also defend ourselves. Wow, I had 153% damage multiplier, and all I did was 13. Yeah, this guy's tanky. Oh, he killed our companion, sort of. Yeah, this guy's a problem. Oh, now you want to turn and face me because I whipped out the crossbow? Whatever. Take the crossbow in the face, then. Stop hitting my horse. Sure. Good. We killed him eventually, chat. So, unfortunately, I don't have a club, so I don't know what soldiers we can necessarily capture. So that's another thing. If we're gonna get a polearm, I'd rather get quarterstaff for now while we have to capture people. Okay, so chat. He was gonna lose so poorly. His relationship went from 1 to 10. We got 9 relationship by just casually interfering in the battle. Keep in mind, they're considered friends with us at 20. So we're like 1 more assistance away from being friends with him. Okay, we'll let Rafford go. And again, we went from -2 to 3 with him, so he likes us. We also have Count Devlian, which is one of the people we were trying to deal with before. We went from -3 to 2. So again, even our enemies are liking us, which is really funny. Oh, and chat, we needed 4 foot soldiers. Well, we just got 5. Let's get a sharpshooter and militia. Get more footmen, sergeant, a knight. Anyway, we just passed the other quest. Just PS, by the way. We unfortunately cannot get any of these items, although boot 16 might be worth dropping something for. Let's get the boot 16, because I think that's an upgrade for somebody. Anything else that they could stay behind? Yeah, this is good enough. Okay, so Lesolette says he doesn't like Bundik because he's a noble and he doesn't believe in discipline. We're gonna tell him to leave Bundik alone, and hopefully they will not continue fighting with each other, but we'll see. Bundik is one of our original characters. I don't really want him to get thrown out or whatever. Also, I'm noticing he now has Power Strike 5, so he's kind of a melee monster, and he's got 153 in crossbow. A very fair total, chat. So he's now officially better at sniping than our other crossbowmen are, which is kind of insane when you think about it. Yes, this was just kind of a win-win-win for us. Let's try to upgrade Bundik first, since he'll be in the most combat. Let's give him 2 extra leg armor. And maybe Leslet might get an upgrade here. No. Most people in our army seem to have at least 14 leg armor, which is good. Yeah, not much we could do there. One thing I wish I could see is if I have like a horse, I don't know who has riding 4. I think I was trying to train one of our people up to riding 4, but I don't remember who it was. It might have been Clethy. Maybe. No, Clethy's only at 1. Who's at 3 and is actually able to do it? That's the real question. I mean, we'll train somebody to get up to riding 12. Or riding 4, I mean. Which requires 12 agility. Who wanted this? Lara Quinn. Alright, where's Lara Quinn? Where is Lara Quinn? Should be near Asgad. That is where? I think this is where we consult our notes, chat. Where is Asgad? Near Praven. Oh, he's in the enemy territory? He's up here? What? Why is he up? Okay. You know what, chat? Apparently the person is behind enemy lines. I guess we'll go find him. Again, we're a little injured. We lost 3 troops total, but this is good. This is like a healthy size of troops. We defended Pungadar. Oh, Pungadar is being raided. Hold on. Let's see if we could go save Pungadar before we go further. It's important if we can to try to interfere in any kind of battle here. So I think this will be good for us if he... Oh, there's multiple people. Let's do it. The Count Despin is here. Does your fame runs before you? The villagers are going to join us in this combat, by the way. Says if you fight me a slippery foe. We'll say we'll fight you to the end. We have 104 versus their 49. I'm assuming these are all peasants, just for clarity. Our army's only normally 40 strong. Oops, not what I wanted to do. We're going to tell our infantry to march forward at some point. So we're going to let all the infantry from their army try to cross that bridge or go in the river. But either way, this is a lot of free crossbows. Let's have our troops charge in just a little bit. I want to make sure they're close enough that our crossbowmen are not very likely to miss. So let's go ahead and charge now. And then we'll have our cavalry charge. So most of our farmers are going to die here, but they died for a good cause, chat, and that was our battle. Truly, we are the honorable people. Well, that was a friendly troop. Oh, I didn't notice. My bad. I shot the farmer in the back. Real pro. Marnet hit level 6. Nice, nice. Again, we outnumber them pretty hilariously. And we aided a village, so I think that'll make them like us even more. So the village we taxed is now our friendliest unit. Jeremis leveled from kills. So this is really good news. Our foot soldiers are getting strong enough, or foot soldiers. Our companions are getting strong enough that they're actually killing multiple people and leveling pretty quickly. That is excellent, excellent news for us. And I think that was just kind of a massacre. They tried crossing the bridge and did not get very far. Killed that foot soldier. Again, the more they waste time trying to get through my armor, the better. Like, he got a solid hit on us and did 2 damage out of 40. Do you know what I mean, Chad? Like, I'm really not that worried about, like, sustained combat with these characters at the moment. Like, go ahead, fight me. Keeps our troops safe. Meanwhile, I'm just bonking them in the head repeatedly. Like, see that? We got stabbed by 5 people. I'm still at like 90% health. This is what it means to get that super armor. That luxury of just going, yeah, this is gonna be some free combat for a while. Unless we fight some elites. Like, see that guy right there? He scares me. He's got heavy armor. I don't want to mess with him. But like some Joe Schmo and like cloth armor, who cares? It's not gonna do anything to us. I'm just cleaving them, chat. I'm just cleaving them. They're in my way. Again, every time we get a kill, we're just getting closer and closer to leveling. So we're killing the recruits, which suspiciously look very much like peasants. But they are technically not peasants. That one guy throwing a rock at our foot soldier. What a brave soul, chat. I don't know why he thought he would win that matchup, but yeah, so we lost no one of importance. We lost some farmers. Again, no one of importance was lost. And yeah, they got absolutely devastated. I can rehire a sharpshooter, which we sacrificed earlier. I could rehire some sergeants. That's kind of unfair. So, chat, we went up in troop size. Relationship with Count Espen deteriorated from -3 to -4. Well, that's their fault for fighting us. Okay, Leslie's a member of the company. No, we're gonna tell Leslie we have Bundix support. Bundix our original person. So I think we saved Pungadar, by the way. They're now 15 relation with us. So you owe us one, Pungadar. Ooh, is that another army trying to fight me? Ooh, let's do it. Game runs before you. You'll find me a much more slippery foe. We'll let him go for now. He has to engage us. Presumably, now he's gonna engage us. Okay. Okay, we're gonna tell him we don't want to fight because that'll stop us from getting negative relationship with him. But weirdly, if he does agree to not fight, he hates us more anyway. Kind of a weird double standard from the game, to be honest with you. Alright, so we're gonna hold the hill that we started on. So we know if they have horsemen, they have to slow down to get past this hill. And they do have horsemen. So this pretty much destroys their entire charge. So we're going to tell our cavalry to march forward and our archers to march forward. Leslie's killed somebody. Good job, Leslie. I hit their horse, but not their person. Wow, he ducked that shot barely. Hit the other guy in the back of the head. Thank you, crossbow. Again, I'm really glad we got a little more damage per melee swing, because they have a decent amount of armor. We're not doing a ton of damage to those kinds of characters. We're doing decent damage to all of their, like, crossbowmen, but yeah, those heavy knights we're barely injuring. But we are able to injure them, thanks to our previous changes, so... in a way, it's still working out for the most part. Whatever, that guy's gonna waste our time. Yeah, like, these people are easier for us to kill. Any kind of cheap damage we could do to them, we want to do it. There we go. We just ulted part of their charge. Our own people are coming in. This guy's going to be a distraction for our people. Let's just kill him. Slice him up real quick, chat. That guy didn't even notice us before we struck him. Truly, we are the most honorable of fighters once more. Oh, you trying to run from me? I'm not gonna let that happen. Get out of here. Right, chat? There's no escape. You've committed to this. This is your fault. You chose to fight me. See, so far, we have actually managed to technically not initiate any fight. The enemy has always come to us. So just let it be known, chat. This is their fault. We had an audience with the other guy. I could have chose to have killed him, but I didn't. Oh, we did like 3 damage to that guy in the heavy armor. Yeah, he's as tanky as we are, so unless we got really strong power, not much is gonna happen here. So hopefully we get some kills here. Again, if we lose a couple people, it doesn't really matter. We got some of the elite soldiers from the prisoner group earlier. We're actually doing pretty good overall. This is looking pretty bad for them. They're outnumbered at least 4-1 at this point. I'd say the fight is over. The only thing we have to worry about is if one of those horses has a lance. Oh, and they killed some of our horsemen with their horsemen. Yeah, so their horsemen are definitely better than ours, just for clarity. Horsemen are kind of mediocre. That's probably for the best they killed ours. I don't feel like paying them more. We need crossbowmen to deal with them. So annoyingly, this enemy type is a somewhat hard counter to us at the moment, only because we don't have a lot of sergeants. Once we get more sergeants, it won't be a problem. Trying so hard to kill this guy. There we go. We took out his horse eventually. Once they're off the horse, they're not as terrible. But until that point, kind of bad. Ooh, 18 damage to him. Nice. Let's save us some time. I thought he was going to turn, but then he went towards me. Baited. Anyway, we're still taking very little damage overall. Is he just chasing me? What are you doing? Yeah, I stabbed him. We're having like an awkward club off. There we go. So I think he's the only one left. So if he wants to fight me, we're gonna lure him towards our allies like this. Oh, he did mow down one of our crossbowmen, which is sad. Man, this horse guy is so tanky, chat. Seriously, this guy is a big problem. I had plus 20% damage, it still did 0. Like, that's insane. That's how tanky this character is, chat. Alright, we got to bring out the crossbow, I think, to kill this guy. Please, reload the crossbow, please. Alright, I killed him with the crossbow. So the crossbow will get through his heavy armor, at least, and that's why we always bring a crossbow. But we did lose a few people, which is unfortunate. Now, they lost basically everybody. So one can wonder who is more unfortunate in the end. Ooh, free gloves is really big, but we're very low on space. Is there something I can get rid of? 14 boots for mittens. 38 armor, that's huge. Let's get rid of a basic crossbow. We can buy those anytime. A 45 armor helmet. What is going on? They had some crazy gear, chat. Is there a food we've mostly eaten I can throw away? 8 cheese. We'll get rid of that for the super helmet. It looks like they do have some good crossbows, but not, like, overly crazy. Ooh. That's a fun weapon to have. I think I want that more than our Nomad Saber. This can be used two-handed or one-handed. So this could potentially be a very interesting tool for our characters with good one-handed or two-handed score, who also have a shield, because inevitably shields break, and so it just becomes stronger once it's wielded in two hands. It's not a bad idea. Keep it around for now. Another +2 glove, which is okay. I think I'm going to let everything go for now. And we got an insane amount of experience. So let's go back to Voluka, and then we will trade everything in, and then we'll find the other guy. We have 16 days to find a caravan, which we still have not seen. Now, in my defense, we've been sticking near Voluka. We're probably having to go towards enemy territory to find the caravan. Because it doesn't seem like this one is paying off. However, what is paying off are all these trading goods. So, absolutely. Here you go. We want to buy anything in return. We could get an heavy iron mace, which is fun. An owl pike, which is okay. Do they have just a regular lance? I would be so happy. Not a spear. It has to specifically be a lance. Now, military cleaver is a very fun weapon, chat. I will not lie. If we have to choose a two-handed weapon, I will probably bring the cleaver. I mean, just think about it, chat. You could fight them normally, or you can cleave everybody. Like, why even make that an option then? Alpike is technically an upgrade for us, but it's not what I'm looking for. Fortunate. Can I get something really cheap from him? Anything worth it? No, okay. I don't think it's worth it. Let's go back to the goods merchant. And sell some pottery, and sell some fruits, and leatherworks, and everything else. So again, we're making an insane amount of money. Ooh, a heavy horse with high armor. I think I'm going to get this for one of our other characters. In fact, we need to start getting horses in general. So I'm going to buy basically all of these and then trade them in with linen. We pay basically nothing. I think that's the power play. Yeah, and then we just have a lot of food to get rid of. Oh, we can get rid of tools. Oil, we don't need oil. Okay, So now we're +3 horses. This means that our more melee-inclined friends, like Blade here. Who's our strongest character? Bunduk is probably our strongest, maybe followed by Blade. We could give Blade the armor we picked up, right? I did pick up that armor, right? Okay, I got concerned for a second. Okay, so he's going to lose a lot of leg armor, which is unfortunate, but he is going to be super unkillable to most things. Let's give him riding 2 if he's able to. Perfect. And give him the mittens that we just picked up now. So he's at 42 armor. He's pretty tanky. What else would be good on the foot? Rolf, maybe? And Beshastar? So one thing I'm learning, too, is the order that we place these characters matters, because those will be the people that help us in sieges when we're down to just a few people. So we want to make sure that we give them decent-ish stuff. Yeah, this one only is 8 armor, which is okay. Oh, he had a horse. Oh, that's right. He had a horse. I couldn't even see it. Sorry, I already had one. Bunduk doesn't, but that's fine. Rolf does not have any. Okay, so we need to give Rolf a horse. Perfect. And we can give Zara already's a horse. Lethia a horse? It's probably for the best. So now we have more cavalry, which is nice. It also gives them a heightened advantage against the enemy because they'll be on the horse shooting with the bows, potentially. And if I told them to hold still, they don't really have a riding penalty to speak of. Okay, we freed up a lot of space. I have chicken down here, which I want to move up so I can see it. We got a 40 helmet, which we could probably give to one of our super characters. How you doing, Bunduk? Pretty good, but let's get you a little tankier. Blade looking ultra tanky. He's probably our tankiest character so far. I'm actually going to move Blade up to encourage him to join us in sieges. Other characters' head armor is okay. I think we could do a little better. There we go. We're getting a little better. Just seeing if there's people that look like they obviously have bad helmets. Doesn't look like it for the most part. We did manage to get pretty good helmets, which I'm happy about. For our two-handed weapon user, Bunduk would be good with this. It could be one-handed or two-handed. I think that suits him because he's pretty good at everything. This guy's using a 26 and 24 weapon. Let's give him a 30 and 25 weapon with just as much reach but slightly slower. We just need to make sure he's able to pierce through the enemy armor. I think that's a fair trade. Don't see any crazy armor here. We'll look at Rolf again. How's his crossbow looking? About the same. So again, everybody we have seems to have a crossbow or a bow, which is perfect because that means our companions are able to get easy kills. However, this regular bow is kind of weak. Its base damage is only 15. Yeah, we need to get Nizar like a real bow at some point. Anyway, let's save and continue. I think once we hand in this other quest, we'll take a small break. And then we will proceed with more Mountain Blade. But as I said before, we've hit our goal for the session. We burned 2 villages. We took a kingdom as a bonus compilation prize. We started war with 2 kingdoms today, I believe. So he was last seen close to Asgard. Just want to be very careful. I really do not want to get into another fight. I just want to go straight to Asgard. Presumably he's also raiding and pillaging. That's why he's all the way up there, if chat is curious. I don't think he's actually trying to take a castle. Or maybe he is. Who knows? What do you mean I failed the quest? Wait, what? The character we got the foot soldiers for betrayed us. Wow. Wow, chat. That's so awkward. That is so awkward. We failed the quest because he switched allegiances. I mean, that would explain why he's an Ascad. I was saying before, I didn't think he was raiding. Get punked, apparently. So that was a big old waste of time, as you like to say. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. If we can find any lords, we'd like to take a quest from them. Otherwise, we're gonna go into purple territory and start a war. You know, as you do. We tried to be civil about it, but you know. Okay, we just have to escort his wife to Voluka? Okay. Let's read the dialogue here. So, Count Garmel has a task here. There's a small thing. My wife, Lady Anise, is due for a visit to her relatives at Voluka. It's been postponed several times already with the trouble on the roads, but this time she's adamant about going. So would it be at least make sure she's well guarded? I trust you well, Sir Burnsalot. What a fool. So I'd be very grateful if you could escort her to Voluka and make sure she arrives safe and sound. We'll say you could count on me. Lady Anise has joined the party. Okay. I mean, again, that just seems like a very easy... Like, he's paying us to go from here, chat, to here. Like, we can see our destination. I'm not entirely sure why he even bothered. like, this is an escort quest I'm okay with. Like, okay, we're gonna finish it in, like, 2 hours. Hey, I'm back. How much burning did I miss? At least 2 villages. At least 2, Calvisham. There we go. Leslett is now level 6. We got money for the very easy quest. The lady likes us now. It's an honor to serve her. That was easy. Go back to our level up menu. So it's been going wonderfully overall. This character, we're just going to make stronger and stronger. Let's give him... He has a bow currently. Okay, let's give him more archery then, and a one-handed weapon. Is there anything else I want to give him at the moment? Not really. So I'm gonna increase his strength so we could give him more power draw. We can also increase his riding at some point, so we can use the better horses. Talk to Jeremis, who's slowly getting smarter. So he's our backup doctor, it looks like. That's fine. We'll get there eventually, Chad. How about you, Borsha? What are you doing? Oh, you got a skill point I can't use. How about you, Martin? Do you have anything you can use? Oh, you do. Let's give him more tactics and engineering. We don't have anybody skilled in engineering, so this will save us time on sieges. Or if we're constructing stuff for our village, it'll go faster. But let's be honest, Chad. We're not going to be constructing stuff for our villages. We don't care. That does not involve murdering and pillaging. Like, boring. So anyway, let's go to the Purple Kingdom and see if we can start a war. So far nobody... Oh, they're chasing... Oh, there's the caravans. I mean, I could rob our own kingdom's caravans, but that would just be stupid. Let's not do that. So in my defense, we did find 3 different kingdoms worth of caravans, but none of them were the ones that I actually need. So we're gonna try getting closer to the Purple Kingdom. Ooh... Haven't seemed to have advanced from their starting location, at least. Is anybody at Grunwalder Castle? No. Okay, so we're going deep into enemy territory. This could be bad for us, but we have a lot of money. Maybe we'll be okay. We have to keep an eye on the chicken. Eventually it'll rot. I'll boot it out of the inventory. So we're going to take one look around here, since we got denied the foot soldiers, and then we'll take, as I said before, a short break. There's the caravan for the Vagars, but that's not what I need. We're still gonna head towards this other village. You know what? We could burn this town on the way to another town. Calvisham did miss some burning. How are we doing in terms of space? Decently. We're doing decently. Okay, this is for Calvisham. Burn. Nobody's coming to save them, chat. The Nords have been... Oh, the Nords were insulted by the Rhodoks, apparently. And so now their king has lost face in front of his forces. So as I said before, the Rhodoks tend to do some very underhanded things. So I feel like we're just role-playing the Rhodoks right now by burning everything. Bundick looks upset. I don't know why he's upset. We're getting so much money. Right, chat? Like, this is fine. You move the wolf with the fire emote? Oh. I was gonna say, Calvisham, if you have tier 3 ones or whatever, you could put it in there. There's so much. Why is there so much beef? Yeah, can we have a conversation about this? Why is there so much beef in here? I don't want this much beef. Okay, instead of a chicken, we'll get rid of a day-old chicken for beef. We'll get rid of the 2-day-old chicken with fried meat. We're still doing extremely well overall. Anyway, we just burned a village. That's for you, Calvisham. Oh, sorry, Bundik. We absolutely, positively will never burn another village down again. You're right, Bundik. We would never be so evil as to do that, right, chat? We would just oops. Butterfingers. Butterfingers, chat. So anyway. There we go. Now we're living up to the stream. So we're going to check this kingdom. We're going to scout to see if they have any caravans. If we don't see any caravans, our backup strat is we attack one of their farmers to make them dislike us and then raid a village. Gareth, I know you want to have a feast in Jalkala, and we could do a tournament, and I could make a lot of money that way, but we have committed to going to Halmar. We are too far from you. I'm not going to bother. I've committed, chat. Was that a caravan? Oh, it's a caravan of the wrong nation. Come on, chat. I want the purple caravan. Okay, so Beshastar has something to tell us. Let's see what he has to say. Bardor, we're nearing Halmar, largest town in the lower steppe. My mother's sister went here to marry a townsman, and I thought to seek service with the Lord here. That is when I ran into you. What do you mean? You were, like, nowhere near us? Whatever. Hershits had always come here to trade and raid, and in the last days of the Empire, we began to settle. Just like the Vagars, Swadians, Rodoks, Nords, and the House of Saran. We took the Emperor's coin to keep the other tribes at bay. But when the Great Horde attacked our homeland in my grandfather's day, we moved into this region in force. We pushed the Vagars back and made their fortress our own. Of course, you know how things go. My father's generation were hard warriors from the cold lands across the mountains, but this generation all has houses in the town and great estates, and spend time as much trading as they do practicing archery. The next generation will grow soft on Volucan wine. Volucan wine will lose their lands to the next batch of illiterate hill raiders to come over the mountains. Just you watch. It's how things always were and how things always will be. Anyway, that's our lore with the character. Let us go to the marketplace, because we mysteriously have a lot of money, chat. Like, oh, look. Look at all this hard-earned trading we did. See that, chat? We were very much invested in the, you know, highs and lows of trading of any particular good. And we definitely made a strategic choice based off of that information. Ooh, a +5 glove for only 1,300. That's actually a pretty good deal. And only paying 1,000 for almost 12 leg armor? I think we just buy both of these immediately, unless I see something else that's a better deal. Not really seeing any. I mean, that's kind of crazy. And then we can pay with hides. We don't lose that much money, if anything. Yeah, see, we just got like a really nasty upgrade. We now take 12 less damage in the leg. So our tankiness is starting to get up there. We have a +4 body armor, which we could swap out. So we're even tankier from arrow shots. We could give our hand-me-down gear to other characters. So all in all, we only lose 481 to basically become unkillable. I think that's what, like, I think we like to call that acceptable losses, chat. This heavy saddle horse has 11 armor, 45, 44. So it's just better than our current horse. Let's just get an upgraded horse for ourselves. So it takes 3 less damage than our current horse and has 10 more health. So it's more likely to survive combat. Again, just really easy upgrades. The faster we go, the more damage we deal. I think Borsha would probably benefit from being on the horse. Give him a horse. He doesn't have any gloves at all. Let's give him some gloves. He doesn't have good leg armor. Let's give him good leg armor. There we go. All of our companions just getting a little stronger. So honestly, at this point, chat, we just need to find other people. But I think what we're going to do, we're going to take a little pause here since we got here. Are we trading in HR again? Absolutely, Calvisham. I feel really sad because we caught the prisoners that were required to make a trade deal. And then I guess because they had his family captive for too long, he just decided to leave our team and defect to the enemy. So we're just awkwardly holding tons of people. I guess before we could go, we could check the tavern. But I do want to take a very short break before we go any further. Mercenary swordsman, ransom broker. Perfect. So let's get rid of the people we can no longer deal with. And chat, I think we actually gained money coming here. So basically, we just went up like 10 defense across the board. Our horse got faster. We gave other horses to our companions, making them more annoying to be hit by the enemy soldiers. At least the foot soldiers. Maybe not to archers. But yeah, that's just an excellent, excellent upgrade for us across the board. So I'm very happy about that. But let's pause. Let's take a little short break. And when I return, we'll do some more Mountain Blade.